taking it with 38 points. Salina in second, and Lima Senior in sixth for our local teams. As for the girls now, Findlay sweeps boys and girls. Congrats to them, 36 points for them. Salina with 58 in third place, Lima Senior in fifth place.
And, of course, full results available online, WTLW.com. We'll finish strong tennis highlights. Lima City Open today, as well as UNOH's first match in the new courts, plus your Meyer Trivia winner. Then LCC and St. John's when the sports report continues.
With our remodeling experience and Lima Lumber's quality products and excellent service, the whole process ran smoothly and efficiently as we worked together to build one beautiful home.
We really appreciated the information that Lima Lumber provided us with on the materials and products that we used. We believe we have a more quality built home due to the products provided by Lima Lumber. We couldn't be happier with the outcome.
Lima Lumber, serving the Lima area with quality products and superior service since 1944.
Hi, I'm Eric Weichert, here with Mike Kennedy. Our enhancement replacement windows qualify for the $1,500 government stimulus package, available for high energy efficient windows.
Call me today for a no obligation estimate. Our metal reinforced triple pane tilt-in windows with 15 color choices, 40-year warranty beats other windows with a 40% energy savings, and not all windows qualify.
We earn your business, employ your neighbors, and help you get stimulus money. Remember, for all service, all glass, all year long.
Brought to you in part by Ralphie's, your family sports eatery. Bring your team in and watch the game of the week with WTLW TV 44 on our big screens. Also, after 9 p.m., special prices on all appetizers. Ralphie's, food, sports, and fun.
Lima City Tennis Tournament taking place at College Street Court today. Nice early season barometer for area teams. So go ahead and put your iPod on shuffle and groove to a little tennis action. We'll begin with the A singles. Wapakoneta's Ashley Beach in the far court against Bluffton's Jess Liska. Liska overhead smash. Beach able to get the winner. She would take the match but fall in the semifinals. B singles bracket now. Lima Senior's Kelsey Conaway facing Bluffton's Emily Sprague. Spartan with the backhand winner. She wins this one in 3 sets, would fall in the semifinals. Also in the B's, Salina's Emily Zender playing Wapakoneta's Olivia Nelson. Redskin comes from that, fires a winner, but Zender wins that match and wins the bracket. C singles now, St. Mary's Amanda Rupert gets a little help from the net to take the point, but Wapak's Kara Wellens would take the match. Also in the C bracket, Lady Pirates Katie McCracken against OG Stacy Colley. McCracken lobs one over the Titan for the point, but Colley takes the match, falls in the finals bracket. A doubles now. Salina Shelby Decker, Katie Pyle taking on Bluffton. Pyle at the net, splits the Pirates, wins the point, but they would fall to Kelsey Keene and Ashlyn Gable. Take a look at your team results. Your champion, Salina, with 22 points, thanks in part to Brianna Booker winning the C bracket, and Samantha Mancy and Audrey Mancy winning the B doubles bracket. Ashley Swick wins the A bracket as she helps lead LCC to a 5th place finish. Wapakoneta comes in 2nd, followed by St. Mary's and Bluffton.
Brand new tennis courts at UNOH ready for action. Racers hosting Grace College. Doubles action UNOH's Jeff Brown serves up an ace along with Juan Carthus as the Racers win the first doubles 8-5. Second doubles, Elida's Jason Sarno and Wapak's Alex Hager teaming up. Sarno with the point here. Racers win the match 8-4. Finally, third doubles, OG's Troy Schrader and Chris Cash. Grace serving, Cash with the return as Grace hits this one into the net. Racers win the match 8-3. UNOH takes the meet 7-2. Men and women in action Wednesday at the new courts against Taylor.
Time now for our Meyer Trivia answer. On the line, a $5 gift card to Taco Bell, plus an entry to the weekly and grand prize drawings for Meyer gift cards. We asked you who holds the DSJ High School record for career touchdown receptions. The answer, Jace Metzger, 25 TDs from 96 to 98. Our winner, Eric Kerner from Delphos. We'll get that Taco Bell gift certificate in the mail to you, and you're entered into Tuesday's live drawing for a $25 gift card to Meyer. Tune in for that.
More great local sports coverage coming your way Tuesday at 10, including the latest from Columbus on the Buckeye Beat. Join us then.
Chris and I will see you back here at the Amish Furniture Halftime Report, but now we head to Lima Stadium with Andy Lynch and Randy Davis.
Thank you guys and welcome to Lima Stadium. Andy Lynch alongside Randy Davis for a big game tonight, and we welcome you inside the Community Sports and Therapy pregame report. These two rivals going at it once again this year. Delphos St. John's, what's the key to victory 2 years in a row?
Well, obviously, they've got a lot of veteran players, Andy. Those veterans, if they just step up, play their game, use that great tradition of a returning state champs, they're going to have a great game tonight.
Lima Central Catholic, on the other hand, tough year last year for Jerry Cooper. First time in 10 years he has not been in the postseason. It all started with a loss to DSJ.
Absolutely, and the players reminded me that now this is their stat. I don't know, we need to verify this, but they've only lost to them one time. So they don't want to lose tonight, but they've got to eliminate their turnovers, and they just got to stay focused, stay poised, and really play a good game tonight.
You hear the train in the background. Let's talk about the engineers of these two teams. The QB comparison. We start with the visiting Delphos St. John quarterback, senior Wes Ulm, has Division I visits under his belt. Went to Ohio University, though we understand he didn't stay with our good friend Jordan Thompson, stayed with somebody else who will remain nameless. Anyway, Wes Ulm rushes as much as he passes, 1,000 yards both on the ground and through the air last year, leading this team to the state championship. Meantime, LCC with a sophomore under helm, but a very experienced sophomore in Tyler O'Connor. He was thrown into the mix last year, first game because of the injury to Lance Helmig in the preseason last year. He is ready as a sophomore. Plenty of game experience on the football field and on the basketball court as well. Randy, we've got a great one tonight. Should be a great atmosphere. There's standing room only.
Absolutely. We got great seats. I'm looking forward to it.
Community Sports and Therapy pregame report. That's who's brought this report to you. We're ready for the game. Let's go. Community Sports and Therapy, thank you. We'll be back in moments.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Celebrations, located in downtown Delphos, offering a large selection of party supplies, balloons, and decorations for any type of party or special event. From plates and napkins to balloon bouquets and centerpieces, your next event will be unforgettable. Celebrations in downtown Delphos. Stoops Freightliner, proud sponsor of local athletics for 20-plus years. Stoops Freightliner, heavy-duty trucks for heavy-duty jobs. Nationwide, Brian Grimone of Nationwide Insurance on Allentown Road supports the LCC Thunderbirds. Call him today for great service and to save money on your insurance. Ulm's Manufactured Homes. In business for over 40 years, Ulm's Manufactured Homes is a proud sponsor of Delphos schools. Call or visit us at ulmshomes.com for your new affordable home. Delphos Discount Drugs, your hometown pharmacy and supporter of local athletics. Delphos Drugs, more than just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors and we want to know you. Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. Get rid of that unreliable old heating and cooling system. Replace it with a new Comfort Air geothermal system. For year-round home comfort and energy savings, call Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating, 419-394-9891 for your free quote. Lima Central Catholic Athletic Boosters, continuing to support all our athletes throughout the year. Good luck this season, T-Birds. And by Hickey Morris Insurance Agency, your independent insurance representatives, serving the Delphos area for over 50 years.
Confused about insurance? With so many coverages and deductibles, it's hard to understand it all. At Lawyers Insurance Agency, we write home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies with many fine companies and can personalize a policy with the best rates and coverage for you. Visit Lawyers Insurance in Maria Stein, St. Mary's, and Salina. Lawyers Insurance Agency, proudly representing Buckeye Insurance Group.
Our people are just like hometown people. Buckeye Insurance Group. Insured in the heartland.
Now is a perfect time to buy a home. The team of professionals at Dick Clark Real Estate will make your home purchase smooth and simple. Take advantage of our full-service brokerage that specializes in working with first-time homebuyers. Call us now and find out how you can take advantage of the first-time homebuyers tax credit. See all of our listings and weekly open houses online at dickclarkrealestate.com. Dick Clark Real Estate. Don't make a move without us.
Strike up a great time at Westgate Entertainment Center, Lima's #1 place for fun. Westgate offers something great for people of all ages. Bowling, great food, an arcade, and fun interactive birthday parties. With their complete party packages, you can enjoy while they take care of the mess. Thunder Alley rolls into Westgate every Friday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And don't forget their famous pizza and great food. It's even available for carry-out. So come on in for a knockdown great time at Westgate Entertainment Center.
Welcome back to Lima Stadium. You're looking at a beautiful digital picture as we get ready for action between the Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds and the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. We might call it the Battle of the Birds over the next couple hours. We'll see if it goes 3+ hours like last night's game between Kenton and Coldwater, but we're ready for action here as the students. LCC told me before the game, Randy, they want to be fans of the week, but Delphos St. John's said the same thing. Go figure.
Yeah, right now it looks like Delphos St. John's losing. They must not know they're on camera.
They're going to have to keep an eye on for that as we are getting ready for kickoff. LCC will do the honors. Of course, Delphos St. John's winning this game last year. Two veteran head coaches, Jerry Cooper pacing the sidelines for the Thunderbirds, 185 wins, just 65 losses in his career. How about this number? 91-18 since 2001. On the other sideline, it's Todd Schulte, 98 victories, 31 losses. Pretty good record for him as he's going for win number 100 perhaps next week if they can win tonight and then beat Sonora in week number 2. That's their home opener at Stadium Park. LCC getting ready to kick off. Deep back to return it for Delphos St. John's is Jordan Leininger, the fabulous junior who went over 1,000 yards rushing last year. And kicking off for the Thunderbirds, Mr. Everything, Tyler O'Connor, the sophomore quarterback, going to do the duties from the 40. Both sidelines are hopping. And we are ready to kick off the first Saturday night game. The TV 44's rebroadcast schedule will also be back here week 10 on a Saturday as LCC hosts Ada. But we are ready for action. Week 1, LCC kicks off its football season. Little trouble handling it for Delphos St. John's Evan Burguy. And some hard hitting. Blue Jays will start right around the 24-yard line. You think these guys are ready, Randy?
I think there's a lot of energy on that field right now, Andy.
These guys have been thinking about it all summer. Coach Cooper said when LCC season finished last year against Ada, immediately, of course, they were thinking about this rivalry contest, which isn't necessarily an old rivalry, but certainly an intense one over the years.
There's almost a playoff atmosphere here. I mean, there's so many people, a lot of energy, a lot of teams here to watch it. A lot of fun tonight, Andy.
And with the bleachers, of course, non-existent on the far sideline, they're still raising money for that. They've allowed standing room along the field. You see the yellow tape as people are lining the field. Delphos St. John's, West Ulm under center. The pitch to Leininger, and the big boys going outside.
Oh.
Look at that flip. Desi Kirkman just putting Leininger upside down. Short gain for Delphos St. John's. We'll see 2 running attacks from these 2 teams.
That was a great open field tackle. He kept his position, and it was a nice trap block on the side, but he stayed his place and really made a great stop there.
Just underway here as we get ready for a big season of high school football. Had a great night last night, and these 2 teams, 2 of the favorites in their conferences. 2 receivers, as you see, split to the bottom of your screen. Ulm will pass for the first time tonight. So he rolls near side. Now he's going to tuck it. We told you in the pregame he likes to run. Ulm's got some space across the 50. He steps out of bounds. Nice little nudge to get him out of bounds by number 1, Bubba Krieg. But great pickup for the Blue Jays.
That was one of those plays where you say he got a lot out of nothing. Nobody was open, and he had pretty decent protection, but it was definitely falling apart. He took off running, did a great job.
Here's a replay. We thank Raby Fordling and Mercury for bringing you second looks all season long. A 27-yard pickup all the way to the 48. He had some help, too.
It was just a great run, great second effort by some linemen there, making some crackback blocks. That was great.
Just like that, the Jays are across midfield, trying to punch it in on their first possession on that big L. They give it to the fullback. Nope, Ulm has it. Love those running attacks. They always fake me out, Randy. He gets close to the 45 there.
Wouldn't be so bad, but it faked out the defensive player. He had him in his hands, and I think he thought the running back had the ball. He let go and got another yard out of it, a couple of yards.
West Ulm now a 3-year starter, rushed for 1,027 yards last year, 10 TDs on the ground, 17 through the air, and we've seen him run quite a bit this year as Coach Schulte puts the play in. 2nd and 8 coming up as we're just about a minute and a half into our ball game tonight. Shotgun formation this time. Ulm looking to pass. He'll tuck it. Gets a few yards. Designed run there, Coach Davis?
No, I think actually what that was, again, is great pass protection. Is starts out, but it's the defense. Defense is really guarding the wideouts, and he has nowhere to go. But it's obvious why he has so many yards rushing, because he's ready to run at any moment.
A lot of people figuring St. John's perhaps the favorite in this one with their success last year. But Coach Cooper, of course, a great defensive coach in last year's game, really hinging on those turnovers. It was a very tight game through 3 quarters. So
this is a big 3rd down opportunity right here. This is a big play for the game.
3rd and 6. Ohm will look to pass again. He's got Leininger. And it skipped over the receiver that was short, Tyler Bergfeld, and didn't quite get to Leininger. So St. John's will be forced with a decision here right around midfield, and looks like they're sending the punting team in.
Absolutely. I don't think that's much of a decision this early in the game. You want to show respect to the opponent, and it's a great play, but that was a great defensive play. The D-backs are looking good, Andy.
Looks like Alex Recker will be back to punt. Of course, Jordan Rohde has graduated from Delphos St. John's. Their great kicker has 2 state titles under his belt. He's moved on from the high school halls, and so one of the guys the Blue Jays will have to replace this year, Recker, booting it from right around the 45.
Oh.
Angles it towards the sideline, and Kirkman wisely just gets out of the way of that one. It'll be right around the 20-yard line.
Well, that was definitely a good snap, muff punt somehow there. I know he was trying to angle it out, but I think he didn't get as much of it as he wanted. He'd like to got that a little further down the field and definitely wanted it to look a little better.
LCC certainly a dangerous return man in Desi Kirkman, of course, brother of Drew Kirkman, who's at Mount Union College, making a name for himself there as he did here on the Lima Stadium turf for so many years. T-Birds will take over at the 22-yard line, and Coach Cooper going to try and establish the run game, I would imagine, knowing his philosophy.
Though he's got 2 wideouts ready to go. Looks like spread out, man in motion. There's the pick.
O'Connor giving it up to number 2, Rufus Johnson. He gets a few, maybe 1. Beautiful night for football here at Lima Stadium. We thank you for joining us. We've got an exciting night of football and other stuff over the next hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. If it goes 6 overtimes, 4 hours, we'll see how this one shakes out as the T-Birds facing 2nd and 10. They gave them no gain on that one. We're 4 minutes into our first quarter of action. Scoreless, as you see. Straight up the middle, Taylor Royster, and he's a big body to take down.
Absolutely. A lot of little extra hits at the end of the plays here, Andy. These guys are really playing hard. They're going after it. They all got something to prove, and they are just playing tough football out there. That was just right up the middle for about 5 yards. That's great football right there. They need to do that one again.
Brings up 3rd and 5. The T-Birds huddle. Really a nice night temperature-wise for football. Hopefully the weather doesn't play an effect on the conditioning.
A little bit of wind, but that's about it.
O'Connor gives it to the big boy again, Royster, and he is stuffed right around the 30. That St. John's defense is tenacious, and LCC will be forced to punt.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Cooper must have heard me. He called the same play. Unfortunately, it didn't work as well the second time.
Chris Pohlman, one of the guys leading the way, started as a sophomore last year, and he, I believe, led the MAC in tackles, which in itself says a lot. Jim Metcalf from the Delphos Herald confirming that, 2 spots to our left, so we know that's true. O'Connor back to punt. He gives it a good boot. Jordan Leininger will field it. And he's got a little seam. That's 85, actually. Not Leininger.
We got a flag on the play. I believe that's going to be a block in the back or holding, one of the 2 on Delphos St. John's, if I'm not
It was A.J. Klausing that returned it to the 50. 45, I'm sorry. I need my binoculars, Randy.
We got some.
We might be pulling those out. I got new glasses, but doesn't improve the vision that much, and that will indeed be penalty on Delphos St. John, so that'll put them back. We're going to step aside. Scoreless in the first quarter. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
Let SignPro Imaging maximize your advertising effectiveness with professional signage and light-up displays. Check out our website or stop by SignPro today to guarantee your advertising success.
Apollo Career Center lets you meet new friends and makes learning fun.
When I started attending Apollo, I still had my friends at Bluffton, my home school, and I also made a lot of new friends at Apollo. The 2 years I went to Apollo, I had perfect attendance, and that's honestly because I didn't want to miss school.
Get more out of your high school experience at Apollo. To learn more, call or log on to apollocareercenter.com.
At Lion Clothing in Delphos, we take pride in our great selection, our better variety, and our excellent value.
Stop in now to Lion Clothing for store-wide savings on all suits, slacks, dress shirts, and sport shirts. Lion Clothing always offers bottom-line best prices on tuxedos by Jim's, Ameritux, and S&P formal wear. And when it comes to your silk screening and embroidery needs, school sports, or corporate, get unsurpassed quality and service from our specialists.
Don't settle for less than the best in value, service, and variety. Get to Lion Clothing in Delphos.
Sometimes grocery prices are too high. Sometimes prices are too low. At Kohl's Market in Ottawa and Columbus Grove, our prices are always competitive. And with our courteous and friendly service, oven-fresh bakery goods, garden-fresh produce, and prime cuts of meat, shopping for groceries doesn't get any better than at Kohl's Market. Stop by today and experience for yourself what hometown grocery shopping ought to be.
Jeff, it's 3 in the morning, man. What's going on?
I just don't think that I can take another second at that house. Can I stay here tonight?
Yeah, no.
Need healthier air? Remove and kill more airborne allergens and germs with the Carrier Infinity System, the most energy-efficient heating and cooling system.
Could you get me up by 7?
Hi, I'm Bud Johnson. You know, you're Bud in the business. Turn to the experts at Johnson Mechanical for all your indoor air needs. Call me and I'll save you a lot of money. Remember, Johnson Mechanical in Coldwater.
Welcome back to Lima Stadium. Andy Lynch, Randy Davis, the newest member of our crew. We welcome you.
Thank you.
ONU chaplain was chaplain under Jim Tressel at Youngstown State. We'll talk more about that throughout the night. And Leininger absolutely stuffed at the line by the Thunderbird defense. Leading the way, Garrett Burgoon.
That was just great defensive penetration and maybe a missed assignment there. Somebody looked like they were supposed to pull and didn't move, and he was right there.
You certainly have a football background, playing a little bit in high school.
Yes, sir. Played in the great state of Arkansas, so I'm one of them southern guys up here living in Lima, Ohio.
We like that southern draw. A little SEC perhaps bringing to the booth.
Yes, sir.
St. John's, 4 wide receivers in this set. 3 to the top of your screen, and Ulm will look that way. Nice route, wide open, and nice reception by the Blue Jays. Jay Clark listed as tight end, but he got some space, and LCC just couldn't get there in time.
That was a perfectly executed pass play. A lot of protection, no breakdowns. He ran a perfect route, great throw. And Lima Central Catholic, the D-back there, he fell down and still made a play on him. But, man, that could have been really bad.
And that goes for 33 yards all the way down to the 22. And that looks more like the 26. They're lining up. Nonetheless, a good pass completion. And Ulm, almost a fumble, but Ulm just picked it out of the air. What another penetration move by LCC.
Yeah, that was definitely a broken play. I'm not sure what happened, but he got a great break there getting the ball back.
Looked like he went for the handoff. Not sure if we have a Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury instant replay for that one, but he might have been in the handoff. It got popped out, and he made the catch. So LCC now faced with 2nd and 13. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Scoreless here. We got our clock working. We thank Ken Better for hooking that up. Now you know the time left in quarter number 1 as Ulm looks downfield again. He's got Clark. High pass, but he pulls it down. Jay Clark, 6'4", and he's close to the 10-yard line. Perhaps Ulm's favorite target here this season. Maybe that's premature. Two drives in, we're naming a favorite target. What do you think?
Could be.
Our annual TV 44 auction coming up Saturday, September the 12th, and we invite you to join us under the big top at 1844 Beatty Road. Hundreds of items auctioned to benefit WTLW's outreach to the community. It's a big part of what keeps us on the air, and I will be auctioning off a couple sports report experiences. We'll talk about that. It's 10:30 in the morning, and we'll have more on that throughout the few weeks and perhaps tonight too. Ulm with the football at the 12-yard line. Right up the middle they go.
Got a flag on the play too, Andy. I think somebody grabbed a face mask at the very end there. I'm not sure.
Mitchell McClellan, the fullback, was the one that carried it. Referees will confer. We had a chance to talk to them before the ball game, and they were excited for this matchup.
Yeah, they were comparing it to state playoff atmosphere, as we are, and this crew's been together for 16 years, they said, so hopefully we got some veterans out there.
They're going to move that a little bit closer to the goal line. Ball spotted at the 5. So I assume it'll go to the 2.5 with a penalty, and the Blue Jays are knocking on the door on their second possession of 2009.
That was definitely an inadvertent face mask on the bottom of the pile. It wasn't a guy trying to be intentional, but he'll still get a couple extra yards out of it.
They'll always go safety first, including the new sideline rule this year, where coaches, players aren't allowed in that coach's box during action. They don't want anything to happen that doesn't necessarily have to happen. So the Blue Jays have it right around the 2.5-yard line. And they've got a line of 3 behind Ulm. Pitch to Jordan Leininger. Takes the hit, spins off. We wait for the signal. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Delphos St. John's takes the lead 6-0 on a Jordan Leininger touchdown.
Just a great executed play going off the right tackle, and just a good push and right in there. It was a great second effort on the running back's part, and that's just good football.
Talking to Dick Clark before the game, one of the members of the Blue Jays staff. 4 of these linemen are back from last year's team. They're juniors this year, and then they added Pohlman on the offensive side of the ball, one of their best defensive players. So pretty good line they have up front, and the extra point is up and good. We want to give him credit. That's Josh Rohde, familiar name, kicking for Delphos St. John's as the Blue Jays lead 7-0. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Carpet One Lima, proudly supporting area athletics since 1986. Good luck tonight, and go T-Birds. Edward Jones, Tim Sealshot, your Lima Edward Jones financial advisor at 1214 Bell Fountain Avenue. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. C&J Agri-Service, located on Converse Roselm Road. Worried about high fertilizer prices? Let Nature's Popu show you how to save per acre on your corn starter prices and how to boost your yield. Ask about our equipment rebate programs. We are the solution. Contact C&J Agri-Service at 419-692-4332. Grow House Plumbing and Heating in Delphos. Stop in for all your plumbing and heating needs. Proud supporters of our local teams. Sylvan Learning Center, where learning feels good. Hefner's TV, your local LG sales and service center. When you can't be at the game, see it in HD. Good luck this season to all area athletes. And by First Federal Bank, with locations in Delphos, Elida, Lima, and 30 other convenient locations. Bank with the people you know and trust at First Federal Bank.
We've all learned the hard way that burgers and steaks can catch fire on an ordinary gas grill.
Are we going to have that food sometime this year, Andy?
Just a couple more minutes. Hope you like it well done.
Not a problem with the Holland Grill. Our patented indirect heating system keeps the flame off the food and keeps the flavor in. For fantastic tasting food every time, nothing beats a Holland Grill. Call 1-800-41-GRILL for your local Holland dealer.
For more than 100 years, Stolly Insurance has been looking out for you.
We are a complete insurance agency handling personal and business insurance, as well as individual and group health insurance.
We are more than an 800 number or an internet insurance company. We are service you can trust.
Stolly Insurance, 1730 Allentown in Lima, 24 Auglaize in Wapak, 709 North Main in Salina, and 185 South Main in Lakeview, representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies.
Thinking about college? Still looking at options? Then it's time you looked into Rhodes State. You can choose from over 100 majors and certificates that will get you ready for the job market or a bachelor's degree. Plus, Rhodes State offers degrees in some of today's hottest fields, like business and information technology. So what are you waiting for? Look inside Rhodes State. Because your tomorrow starts here.
Take a look
look at this. We had a great tailgate party before the game tonight. Lots of free hot dogs cooked on our Hall and Grill, the official grill of 44 Sports. And we want to thank our sponsors tonight, the State Bank. Talked with David Anderson, who was out there. Dick Clark Realty talked with Dick, as I mentioned. Sylvan Learning Center was there. Be sure and join us for our next tailgate party next week at Bath High School as we do the Wapakoneta at Bath football game. Don't miss the free food, games, prizes. We have Arby's on board this year. Had some great cheese sticks. In fact, I had 3 of the boxes of mozzarella sticks, and they were wonderful. But here we go. Wow. We're back to action. LCC with the return. It's Rufus Johnson getting out around the 30-yard line. Really great atmosphere tonight at our tailgate party as we were set up right next to the stadium. Thanks to Pat Murphy for that, for putting us right in the walkway, and got a lot of Delphos St. John's fans who were lined up, by the way, around, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon to get a seat here in the grandstands. It is packed for this rivalry contest.
And I got to say, the people that helped with the tailgate party, it's come a long way, because I went to one last year early on, and it was great, but tonight was just, it was a lot of fun, a lot of people hanging out, a lot of kids having a blast.
Our sales staff does a great job. Tim Barrows, Vicky Kaufman, Rich Minnick, and Gary Cooper putting that on, doing a lot of the legwork. We appreciate that. O'Connor rolling to his right, and he throws it short right at the feet of Rufus Johnson, the junior. And so the T-Birds will be faced with a 2nd down and 10 situation.
He didn't get set, so he tried to throw that ball on the run, and he just didn't get enough on it.
LCC throwing on 1st down. You don't see that a whole lot out of Coach Cooper. Trying to keep the Blue Jays on their toes, that veteran defense. Beautiful night for football. Certainly a rainy one last night, but this much better. Although rain football is not bad either, is it, Coach?
No, sir.
I'm going to call you Coach. Is that
That's right?
Okay. Hand off the Royster, and he stood up. Pile of blue pants and white jerseys all over that one.
Taylor Royster, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 16, Chris Pohlman.
Chris Pohlman there with the tackle, doing what he did all last year. That special run by the Blue Jays, such a young team a season ago, and after coming off that 2-8 season, but they won their first few ball games, a huge win over LCC at Stadium Park. They went up to Tenor and beat a very good Division V Rams team and caught some momentum, and then got really hot and were experienced by the end of the season en route to that Division VI state championship. And we promise we won't call them Delphos tonight. It'll be Delphos.
It's open.
Kirkman, the nice grab on the pass, and he's across midfield for the 1st down. Kirkman had to stop. He had overrun the throw and reach back for the catch. And that's the first big play of the night for LCC.
Absolutely. But I don't know if you noticed, that was Pohlman again on the defensive play, playing linebacker. He stops the guy for a yard loss, and then he's back there doing pass protection. So made a good open field tackle as well.
That is great range from the big man. T-Birds just short of midfield as it's marked just shy of the 49-yard line. 3 receivers on this set for the T-Birds. O'Connor puts Royster in motion. He'll take the pitch, and he's got some room. He's spinning and down around the 34-yard line. How about those twinkle toes?
Wow. I tell you what, he's got some speed on that big frame of his. He's a big boy. He's moving good.
He's tough between the tackles, but getting him out in open space and hard to bring him down. He finally does come down. And the T-Birds are driving, 1st and 10. Ball right at the 35-yard line. And talk about the kicking game for both teams. O'Connor's got a pretty good leg on him as well, so field goal range, not a huge issue. Same formation. This time he doesn't go in motion. Royster up the middle. Look at the push. That's close to a 1st down just by putting your head down and running forward.
That was great play. The offensive line looks very good right now against this veteran defensive line. They've had a couple of breakdowns, but they're doing a great job right now.
Really a good start to our ball game for both teams. Cleanly played. Not the turnovers or special teams breakdowns we saw last year over at Stadium Park. Good action here on TV 44. Same formation, but Royster has been replaced in the backfield by number 23. That's a pickup for Taylor Cook, and what a great story this young man has. Was injured in a game a few years ago, went to the hospital, and they found he had cancer. He's beaten it. He's back out here playing football in his senior season. really special opportunity for Cook, and we'll be talking about athletes like him all season long. And in fact, I've joined the 21st century, Randy. I am tweeting, as much as I hate to say that word. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/AndyLynch26. I might be giving updates tonight, but go ahead, follow me, and then you can also follow our halftime scores. Every Friday night, we're even tweeting tonight with halftime scores. Just go to twitter.com/44 halftime score. Last night, my wife and Ashley, our two score getters, had 20 different halftime scores. As soon as they found them, they sent them out. We have, of course, photographers at all the games, so great chance for you when you're sitting in the stands. Get your cell phone set up so you can get score updates from us at twitter.com, and once in a while I'll have something interesting to say on my personal Twitter account. O'Connor gives it to Cook once again, gets near that 30-yard line.
He tripped up a little bit there. He might have got some more out of that. Again, this offensive line is looking pretty good against these Blue Jays. They're getting a good push up there.
Yeah, not a surprise out of a Jerry Cooper coach team that the run game is there and that the defense is solid. 3rd and 6. Big third down here because they are on the fringe of field goal range, I'd say. Probably in 4-down territory. O'Connor, the give to Rufus Johnson. He gets nailed.
Big hit.
Boy, leading the way
Pohlman
on that
again.
tackle. That's Justin Backus, number 8. Big hit there from the Blue Jays, and it's a 4th and about 4. Chris Pohlman credited with the stop. Coach Cooper sending in the play to O'Connor, so they will go for it. Let's take a look at our Ray before, look at Mercury replay.
Great move, great defensive penetration, and then big hit. 3 guys all at once. He's going to feel that in the morning.
These Blue Jays are ready for their max season. 4th and 4, ball just inside the 30. 3 receivers for LCC. In motion is number 9. O'Connor scrambling. He's got room, and he'll get a first down. Good open field tackle there by Delphos St. John's. Credit Joel Pohlman with that hit. But it's a first down nonetheless for the Seabirds.
That's a great read on the quarterback's part. He knew that he had penetration coming from the left, which is where he was rolling out to. He turns back to the right. It's wide open. He knows he's got a first down. Great play by that sophomore quarterback.
First down and 10. Just inside the 20-yard line. Delphos St. John's, you see on your Canal Health Mart scoreboard, leading by 7 as the final seconds of this first quarter tick down. O'Connor, give to Royster, across the 15. He keeps barreling down around the 10. He's just fun to watch.
He is. He's a big, hard runner. I'll tell you, he's just pushing, getting a lot of extra yards just because he's just bowling over people, Andy.
And he's going to get a breather as our first quarter comes to a close. Delphos St. John's up by a touchdown. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty of great action to come. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
The Community Sports and Therapy Center's rehab team is dedicated to meeting your therapy needs wherever you are. Our rehab professionals are available in local schools, at the work site, in health clubs, nursing and rehabilitation centers, in our outpatient centers in Salina, Coldwater, Fort Recovery, and New Bremen, in Mercer Health's Community Hospital, and we can even be available for care right in your home. Our goal is to provide professional therapy services wherever you are. The Community Sports and Therapy Center, we're here for you.
Here's something healthy your family will actually enjoy. Great tasting water from Culligan. And no matter where you live or work, Culligan will deliver cold, refreshing water right to your door. So make the talk around the water cooler about the water cooler. Experience the difference Culligan can make. Culligan, better water, pure and simple.
Contact your Culligan man today to learn about our drinking water specials.
Experience the University of Northwestern Ohio,
a university that specializes in teaching programs that lead to employment.
where you begin taking classes pertaining to your major in your first quarter.
Complete your baccalaureate degree in just 3.5 years or your associate in just 18 months.
There's no wait lists, and tuition has not increased for the last 4 years.
It's important to get a focused education, and the focus at UNOH is you getting a job after you graduate.
UNOH, the entrepreneurs of education.
Sports injuries can stop you in your tracks.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Sanko, Director of Sports Medicine at the Orthopedic Institute of Ohio, where we specialize in treating athletes, young and old. We have 13 board-certified orthopedic surgeons at OIO and offer a sports medicine walk-in clinic available Monday through Saturday, where athletes will be seen by a physician, evaluated, and begin treatment the same day. When you need to get back in the game quickly, see the sports medicine specialist at OIO. We are located in your community and work at all the local hospitals.
Second quarter action about to begin. Delphos St. John's leading 7-0 on LCC. There you see the Blue Jay fans. They're starting to get it, Randy. They might know that, maybe not.
I don't know. They got to really pick it up. These LCC kids down there, man, them Thunderbirds, they are on fire. They haven't sat down. They're dressed up. They're hooping. They're hollering. They're having a blast.
So LCC, 2nd down and 1 from the 11-yard line. It's a familiar set. We've seen them line up like this for pretty much the entire drive. Again, it's to give to Royster. He's trying to get the push.
He got a first down.
That's the far side of our viewing, so I have trouble gauging it sometimes, but Coach says first down as we take a look at Retro TV. Be sure to watch Retro TV on WTLW from 7:30 to 9 o'clock at night, featuring classic family programs like the Partridge Family, the Brady Bunch, Gomer Pyle, family viewing right here on TV 44.
So if I saw those when they came out the first time, does that mean I'm retro or old?
Would you like to be called retro?
Not really.
Okay, you're not retro. 1st and 8. We're inside the 10 here. The Thunderbirds trying to complete a nice long drive. To give to Royster on the outside. Blue Jays had that scouted.
Yeah, they did. Somebody missed an assignment over here on the left end. The center got a great push up the middle, but he just went a little too far left, or a tackle missed an assignment because he was all over him back there in the backfield.
And the tackle is credited to number 62, Derek Klaus.
It's a great stand-up tackle. Got some stats here, Andy, from the first quarter. Wes Ulm ran for 33 yards on 4 carries, and he passed for 48 yards on, he was 2 for 3. And O'Connor was only 1 rush for 10 yards and 1 of 2 for 20 yards in passing.
Okay, thanks to Tom Jica for keeping those stats, keeping our scoreboard updated. Pass to the end zone for O'Connor, and what a breakout.
Got a flag. Somebody was hanging onto his back, pulling his jersey when he was coming across the middle, and the ref in the backfield got that, and I think they're going to get a couple extra yards on this one.
So it looked like they had a Blue Jay behind holding, and then the other one came from front to deflect the ball away as our officials confer. There you see the LCC sideline. Great job by our crew this weekend. Going down to Coldwater last night, long game. They get back late. I had to let them in-house around, I think, 1:30 or 2 in the morning. And they're back out today here at Lima Stadium, a doubleheader weekend, but we couldn't pass up the chance to bring you these 2 games. Coldwater beating Kenton last night, and now St. John's leading LCC. Second quarter of action here, and the refs continue their talk. What could this be about?
Definitely conferring if somebody missed something there, maybe. I don't know.
They want to know who's buying the post-game pizza. And we will thank our pizza sponsor throughout the broadcast, but I'm savoring the Pat's Donuts and Cream Pizza. It was very good.
Block.
They do award that penalty to the Blue Jays if you are awarded a penalty, which I know you're not, but that's all I could think of. They continue their talk. Are they figuring out the yardage, perhaps? Chop block might be the call.
It's an unusual call on the defense in that they're calling a chop block on the defense. So somebody was taking somebody's knees out is what it amounts to, and they guard that, and they should. You don't want to hurt these student athletes in high school, and so that is not sure exactly what that was. I didn't see it, but that's the call.
Coach Schulte continuing to talk with the side judge about that. The referee just holding his hands out. Coming up, we have your Amish Furniture halftime report. Might have LCC volleyball highlights. They took on Edison today. Of course, Amish Merchant. I'm sorry. Amish Merchant. They were settlers. It works. It's good furniture.
Very nice stuff.
LCC ready for action here, but as I was saying, Danielle Taplinger of LCC is committed to play volleyball up at Finley. Talked to her at the tailgate party today. Might have highlights from that. And St. Henry football as LCC tries to push it in. There's a big pile. Doesn't look like it was across the goal line.
No, he's short, but he's right there. I think that was a busted play, Andy. but he made something out of nothing. Again, he's just impressing me a lot here early in this game for a sophomore.
Yeah.
Obviously, he played all last year, but, man, he is, number one, he's got a lot of size, but he's playing smart. He knows what he's doing out there.
3rd and 2 coming up. LCC knocking on the door, trying to get a chance to tie this football game. The fans for the Thunderbirds are rising. Man in motion. Little dive for Royster. No ruling yet. Touchdown.
He got it, yeah.
LCC gets in. Royster was just kind of in that pile. Am I in? Am I out? Am I in? Finally, the ref saw the ball across the line, and T-Birds are within a point. A Tyler O'Connor extra point.
Neat thing about that play is the defense got a good push, but, man, that Royster, he just hits the pile and he moves it backwards.
I saw him for the first time last year, the scrimmage against Macomb, and I thought he was going to have a great year last year just watching him. And he did some last year, but maybe this will be his breakout year, a junior now, and really coming into his own as O'Connor tries to tie the game. That one is up and good. We are tied at 7 here at Lima Stadium. We're going to take a break. Stay with us, TV 44 Sports rolls on.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Celebrations, located in downtown Delphos, offering a large selection of party supplies, balloons, and decorations for any type of party or special event. From plates and napkins to balloon bouquets and centerpieces, your next event will be unforgettable. Celebrations in downtown Delphos. Stoops Freightliner, proud sponsor of local athletics for 20-plus years. Stoops Freightliner, heavy-duty trucks for heavy-duty jobs. Nationwide, Brian Grimone of Nationwide Insurance on Allentown Road supports the LCC Thunderbirds. Call him today for great service and to save money on your insurance. Ohms Manufactured Homes. In business for over 40 years, Ohms Manufactured Homes is a proud sponsor of Delphos schools. Call or visit us at ohmshomes.com for your new affordable home. Delphos Discount Drugs, your hometown pharmacy and supporter of local athletics. Delphos Drugs, more than just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors and we want to know you. Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. Get rid of that unreliable old heating and cooling system. Replace it with a new Comfort Air geothermal system. For year-round home comfort and energy savings, call Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating, 419-394-9891 for your free quote. And by Pat's Donuts and Cream. Stop in to our newest location on Elida Avenue in Delphos. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season. Go Blue Jays.
Here in the heartland of Northwest Ohio and Southern Michigan, Alpha Green Supreme, a dehydrated alfalfa processing company, is actively seeking local farmers to join our rapidly growing family. Growing alfalfa will naturally enrich the nitrogen content of your soil while providing green, vibrant fields that are both visually pleasing and profitable. Join us and let the harvest of your fields benefit the wellness of America's animals and specialty pets. Alpha Green Supreme, our premier alfalfa, your superior feed.
Apollo Career Center gives you the real-world experience you need to get a job right out of high school.
When I started at the tank plant, I didn't need as much training as some of the other people I hired in with because of Apollo. The knowledge I learned at Apollo really benefited me when I started working at the tank plant, and it still does today.
Get more out of your high school experience at Apollo. Find out more about Apollo. Call or log on to apollocareercenter.com.
No need to fight over who gets to sit in the recliner of the house. At Westridge Furniture in Delphos, the only thing better than a new, comfortable, and stylish lane recliner is 2 lane recliners. When you buy one of these quality lane recliners, Westridge's will give you a second matching recliner free. Save hundreds of dollars on a great selection of America's top reclining furniture, including high legs, rocking or non-rocking recliners, leather, and much more. Twice the comfort for one great low price at Westridge Furniture on Elida Avenue in Delphos.
Coming up on Friday, we will have another TV44 rebroadcast for you as we head to the Tub, Bath, hosting Wapakoneta Wildcats with that big rivalry win last night over Allen East. Our rebroadcast time is 11:15, but join us at 5 o'clock until 7 outside the stadium. Our tailgate party, you'll have all kinds of opportunities to win great prizes and eat some great food, all free of charge. We are tomorrow at Bath. That drive was 13 plays, 70 yards, according to Delphos Herald's Jim Metcalf. Short kick, fielded at the 30, but maybe that was the plan. LCC all over it on the coverage.
That was a great hit by number 25. Jacob Regali, man, he just great hit, great play. I take that back. I think it was number 26. That was Lineman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Although talking about Regali, he's a 4-year starter for this team and certainly one of the leaders on defense. He was at the Rotary Luncheon this Monday that I had the opportunity to MC, talk to 7 Lima area coaches as they were all pumped up for their season. Speaking of the Lima area, Lima Senior, a big win last night. Elida getting Coach Carpenter his first win in 21 tries over Liberty Benton, and just a huge win for that school. Bath getting a victory as well. So good start for some of our area schools. Push up the middle for the Blue Jays, 3 yards, and well, if this field produced dust, we'd call it a cloud of dust, maybe a cloud of rubber.
That was a great second effort there. He just kept going, kept them feet moving, and just pushed his way up for a couple of more yards there.
Yeah,
great
they like
game.
the forward progress. Looks like it was about 5 yards on the pickup to right shy of the 40. Yep. Blue Jays scored on their second possession of the game. LCC finally getting it in the end zone last time down the field to tie it up at 7 on your Canal Health Mark scoreboard. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. They pitch it to Leininger. The juniors juking and jiving. Great shoestring tackle there to save perhaps a touchdown by Bubba Krieg.
Great open field tackle. He had a chance to break that, and he stayed his ground, played his position, and just made a great open field tackle on him.
Bubba Krieg, of course, younger brother of JoJo Krieg, volleyball phenom, who's playing at Ohio Dominican, I believe. Raby Ford, Lincoln Mercury in Delphos, providing our instant replays tonight and all season long. We thank Raby Ford, Lincoln Mercury. They also, of course, provide the weather on the sports report, so thanks for that. St. John's right at the midfield stripe and a first down. 2 receivers to the bottom. You see one on top. High formation to get to the fullback. Getting about a yard is Jake Hayes.
And that is Jacob Regali again, man. Just stood him up. A couple of guys on the tackle, but he really did the drive back. He is playing hard football right now.
That was Mitchell McLennan on the pickup, and they were working on him on the sideline earlier tonight. Jake Hayes is a tight end for this team, freshman. So he's happy to get some airtime for my mistake. Blue Jays, second long.
It's like there was a little bit of a mix-up on the exchange there. They bumped into each other. That may have messed up the play and gave LCC a little extra chance to get in there and make that stop.
Taylor Royster sure doesn't get many breaks. He's the down lineman here, the near side of your screen. Big 28 standing up. Leininger the pass. Little wildcat formation. It's incomplete. A little bit of trickery there from Coach Todd Schulte's book.
It's always kind of fun when you see the quarterback go in motion and the ball's still sitting under center.
Defense eyes either light up or panic.
They stayed the game. They knew what they were doing. That's, again, that well-coached defense from Coach Cooper. Those guys know what they're doing. They play well.
They certainly do. Brings up a 3rd and long situation for the Blue Jays.
Big play.
Stephen Metcalf split the bottom of your screen. Nate Webb is in the slot. Leininger now in motion to the top of your screen. All looking. Look at Royster.
Ooh, he's running.
Here's a matchup. Almost intercepted. What a play by Taylor Cook to get in the passing lane, and that young man's having a great night. Big play as the Blue Jays will have to punt. We would like to thank Canal Health Mart Pharmacy for sponsoring our scoreboard this evening. You see their logo in the top right part of your screen. You see all the information you need as we take a look at our Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury replay.
Great defense. That would have been a pick 6 for sure. Got a defensive guy chasing down the quarterback. That was just great execution by these Thunderbirds.
Alex Recker back to punt for Delphos St. John's, going to try and pin those T-Birds deep in their own zone. Johnson lets it go, and it goes into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for LCC as we're almost midway through our second quarter of action. What a ball game we've had here, Randy.
I think these the Delphos St. John's fans, they're kind of in shock here. I don't know if they all arrived yet. They stood in line too long. Maybe they're just now waking up. But I tell you what, great ball game right now. Both teams playing hard, and I think it's going to be like this all night.
Yeah, to me, it's what I expected. Two great defenses going head-to-head, two running games, although we've seen a bit of passing tonight. Both teams have tried to throw the football, but certainly what I've expected going into this game, it's going to go down to the wire, which means you have to stay up late. Maybe go to the second service at church tomorrow instead of that early bird service.
Come on now.
You have to go to all of them. Little rush outside for LCC. Getting a couple.
Again, they're getting around the end now. They get the passing games opening up the running game. They're throwing everything at them.
Dylan Dancer was the one on the tackle of Taylor Cook. Brings up about a 2nd and 6.
Delphos St. John's changing up some of their defensive players, maybe getting some fresh legs in there. Pohlman going out.
These guys have certainly worked hard during 2-a-days and during August, and see how it translates tonight. Give to the short man. He gets a couple more.
It's definitely got to be one of the coolest Augusts that I remember for football.
Yeah.
These kids have not been in the sweat boxes like they normally are. I don't know how it's affected any of the conditioning. I'm sure they ran just as hard, but they've definitely had some nice weather for their 2-a-days.
Taylor Cook picks up a couple, so it'll be about 3rd and 4. Big possession again for the Blue Jay defense with 6 minutes left here. They can get a short field, maybe control the clock, take it down, get the last score before the half if they can get a stop. We'll have a timeout here for LCC. Coach Cooper's going to talk to his team, and we're going to step aside as well. We're tied at 7, midway through the second quarter. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
Now is a perfect time to buy a home. The team of professionals at Dick Clark Real Estate will make your home purchase smooth and simple. Take advantage of our full-service brokerage that specializes in working with first-time homebuyers. Call us now and find out how you can take advantage of the first-time homebuyers tax credit. See all of our listings and weekly open houses online at dickclarkrealestate.com. Dick Clark Real Estate. Don't make a move without us.
Economic downturn, cutbacks, layoffs, loss of jobs. Are you affected? You're not stuck. You do have options. Now could be the time to reinvent yourself, regardless of your age or situation. The University of Northwestern Ohio can offer you a fresh start in over 60 different degree programs that lead to employment. Financial aid opportunities, work-study programs, and scholarships are available. UNOH, the entrepreneurs of education.
Let SignPro Imaging maximize your advertising effectiveness with professional signage and trade show displays. Check out our website or stop by SignPro today to guarantee your advertising success.
Brought to you in part by Ralphie's, your family sports eatery. Bring your team in and watch the game of the week with WTLW TV 44 on our big screens. Also, after 9 p.m., special prices on all appetizers. Ralphie's, food, sports, and fun.
Can you believe it's almost Buckeye season? Be sure and check out our first edition of Buckeye Insider. It starts 1 week from tonight, Saturday, September 5th at 10:30, directly following the sports report. Mark Kuntz and Mike Miller will bring you exclusive interviews. They talk to everyone, basically. Practice footage and a weekly segment on the College Football Hall of Fame. Buckeye Insider starting next Saturday at 10:30 on TV 44. They give it to the up back. LCC close to a first down. I think the extra push got it for Taylor Cook.
Unfortunately, I think they had an illegal procedure on LCC. Back moved, and I think he went forward first.
So that brings up a 3rd and long if that's the case.
Oh, waved it off.
The 6th of the stadium that's Delphos St. John's, folks.
They're
not too pleased with that call.
No.
That's a first down either way for the T-Birds. We're under 6 minutes to play in our second quarter. Coming up, your halftime show.
Best part about that last drive in this one so far is they're just running off the clock and moving the ball.
Yeah. This is exactly what LCC wants to do. Almost a jump. Looks like he got back. T-Birds, 5, 6 more yards. Taylor Cook.
Andy, they keep this up, and they will drive this ball all night because they're just pushing it right up the middle, running over this defensive line, and it's a veteran defensive line. These are not, it's not a young team. They got some good players up there, and LCC just keeps moving it down the field. They do this. It's going to be a great night of football.
Really interesting combination between Royster and Cook, two definitely different body types, but both able to move the football. It gives two different dimensions almost.
Andy, I think this would be good Andy's antic. I think you could run behind that line.
We'll see. O'Connor. A little bit of a trick play perhaps as Bubba Krieg tried to get a few, but the Blue Jays knew what was coming.
Yeah, great defensive effort there. They, again, staying home on their positions, weren't faked out at all. Made a great tackle there.
We'll have St. Henry football highlights coming up at the half, as well as whatever else Mark Kuntz and Chris Parks deem important to bring you. Busy day of action as volleyball season starting up today. Lots of soccer, cross country, tennis. O'Connor puts Krieg in motion once again, and he's rolling towards him. He'll go downfield, trying to thread the needle.
3 defensive players on that guy, and man, he threw it right in there. He had a chance to make that play. Probably should have made the catch. And that's a lot of guts for that sophomore quarterback to throw in there with 3 defenders.
A little bit downfield, and the second layer was Rufus Johnson, but you could tell that O'Connor had his mind set on Kirkman.
Not sure who was making the push there. He definitely got a rush in there.
O'Connor will boot it as he stands just in front of his 20-yard line. Jays putting up a small rush, but they want a good return on this one. It's Tyler Bergfeld down the sideline. Bergfeld across the 35. He spins. He's still got his feet. He's dancing down around the 17-yard line. Tyler Bergfeld, the 6'3" junior, found a seam, and the Blue Jays are knocking on the door when we come back. 7-7 your score. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Carpet One Lima, proudly supporting area athletics since 1986. Good luck tonight, and go T-Birds. Edward Jones. Tim Sealshot, your Lima Edward Jones financial advisor at 1214 Bell Fountain Avenue. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. C&J Agri-Service, located on Converse Roselm Road. Worried about high fertilizer prices? Let Nature's Popu show you how to save per acre on your corn starter prices and how to boost your yield. Ask about our equipment rebate programs. We are the solution. Contact C&J Agri-Service at 419-692-4332. Grow House Plumbing and Heating in Delphos. Stop in for all your plumbing and heating needs. Proud supporters of our local teams. Mac Camera. Transfer your videotapes to DVD at Mac Camera. Mary's A&W in Delphos. Always proud to support Delphos athletes, students, and the community. Stop in for our ice-cold root beer in a mug and our famous A&W bacon cheeseburgers. Mary's A&W in Delphos. Good luck, Blue Jays. And by Sealshot and Walsh. Tax preparation, accounting, financial planning, and business valuation. For over 30 years, your choice for smart decisions. Good luck to all area athletes.
St. Rita's Mobile Intensive Care Unit transports seriously ill or injured patients from area hospitals to St. Rita's or centers outside the region for specialized care. The mobile ICU staff has extensive training in critical care, and the unit has advanced technology that allows continuous critical treatment. It's also used when life flight is not an option. The mobile ICU is another reason St. Rita's is the region's leader in emergency services. When you expect it the least, you may need us the most.
Here at Woolomag, we offer an extended line of bulk landscape material.
We carry many different decorative gravels for your flower beds, 3 different colors of bulk mulch, natural flagstones for creating patios, natural retaining wall stones, pea gravel for ponds, bulk topsoil mix and peat dirt for lawn and gardens, driveway stone, and decorative boulders of all shapes and sizes. Woolmag is a great resource for the do-it-yourself individual, and we offer delivery for your convenience.
Stop by and see us at Woolmag Center on North Main Street, Continental.
At Lion Clothing in Delphos, we take pride in our great selection, our better variety, and our excellent value.
Stop in now to Lion Clothing for store-wide savings on all suits, slacks, dress shirts, and sport shirts. Lion Clothing always offers bottom-line best prices on tuxedos by Jim's, Ameritux, and S&P formal wear. And when it comes to your silk screening and embroidery needs, school, sports, or corporate, get unsurpassed quality and service from our specialists.
Don't settle for less than the best in value, service, and variety. Get to Lion Clothing in Delphos.
Sports report, of course, Tuesday through Saturday at 10 o'clock as the Blue Jays are trying to knock it in. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Join me, join Mark Kuntz, join Chris Parks, join Garrett Seawright as we bring you the best highlights. And Wes Olm trying to make one of those highlights down around the 15-yard line, a design quarterback draw. The Blue Jays would love to punch it in here.
Great lead block there, fullback going through, knocked the linebacker out of the play, gave him 4 more yards. Just greatly executed. But that last play, that punt return, just shows you special teams are such a big part of high school football. You have one breakdown, and, man, it can totally change the whole course of a game.
Coach Todd Schulte going for his 99th win tonight as he sent in that play with Jordan Leininger. Jordan's older brother, Jay Leininger, of course, graduating, the great pole vaulter and a vital captain on last year's state championship team as he moves on to college. McGibb and LCC knew where that was going as Mitchell McLennan gets gobbled up by a couple red shirts.
I think they knew that play was coming. They were there ready in the hole and nobody to block. Great defense.
Jacob Regali.
Big third down.
Yep. So 3rd and 3 from the 15 as we're now under 3 minutes to play. Big play, but then perhaps a decision for Coach Schulte and his staff as we're tied at 7.
Definitely field goal range. Just, I think the respect level from these two coaches is you get what you can when you can.
2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's Justin Backus at the very bottom for the Blue Jays. Holmes running that way.
Oh, my.
There's going to be a penalty flag.
And we got holding on number 9 for Blue Jays, and he was holding Royster. Royster would have made the play. Didn't hold Regali. Regali's the one who made the play, so this is going to be a big defensive play for LCC.
That pushes it back. And LCC,
they're going to decline it.
Yeah, they need to decide.
4th down.
You see Regali point at the spot where he had the tackle. He likes that spot better. So the Blue Jays will have the choice to kick the extra point with the newest Rhodey. Tied at 7. 4th down, and Holmes looking over to the sideline. I don't see the kicker running in. They're going to go for it.
It's a big play.
Little out of Rhodey's range.
That would be a 40-yard field goal. That's a long field goal for most high school kickers, no matter how good you are.
Yep.
Especially in a big game.
And they'll go for it as A.J. Clausen brought in that play. Shotgun for Holmes. He's got 2 receivers up top, which is where he's looking. Pump fake.
Lot of time.
Can Holmes get to the first down? He lowers the shoulder and does. Wes Olm knew that hit was coming, and he welcomed it.
I think he initiated it, Andy. I don't think he welcomed it. He placed it, but it's going to be very close. They better measure this. One guy saying it's 1st down already. I don't know. I think they better measure this.
And LCC guys,
LCC is going to be.
They're pointing the other way. They think they stopped them, so
absolutely.
I'm sure we will
they
get a
better
measurement.
have a measurement.
The referees are studying this.
There we go.
Take a look at a replay from Ray before Lincoln Mercury. You're right.
Yeah, that was initiation.
That was initiation.
And that was Regali. He didn't.
Wow.
He's not a shy player, but he knew he was about to get run over.
This will be a very interesting measurement for both teams. Momentum going into the half could very well hinge on this measurement. They didn't get it. Yes, they did.
Got it by an inch.
Look at that.
Man.
Great view from the field.
Good job, camera guys.
Delphos St. John's.
Wow.
Well inside the red zone as we're under 2 minutes here. You can see why Holmes getting looked at by Division I colleges, including a visit to Ohio University.
I just noticed, and I think he outweighs Regali about 30 pounds too. So
wow.
I think that may be why Regali went low.
Bringing the play in for the Blue Jays, number 35, Dylan Dancer. Now the Blue Jay faithful is getting boisterous. There's that dotted I. Leininger in the very back. That's who gets it. Looking for room, trying to dance outside. LCC is not letting him, but he's not going down. Finally, they get him.
That defense just kept spreading that play all the way out. Oh, man, there's going to be a unsportsmanlike dead ball foul. This is what you don't want to see. Talked about poise in the pregame. This is what gets you right here. You're a little over rambunctious.
And Wes Elm was talking to the official.
Maybe on both teams, maybe offsetting, hopefully.
Here comes, and they get it on LCC as you see the flag under their name. That'll get Blue Jays halfway to the goal line, right around the 6.
When you're the younger, less experienced team, you can't afford a mistake like that. Coach Cooper is not happy on the sideline.
Letting them hear it.
He had a nice conversation there with the ref.
So a minute 36 to go. Your halftime show is coming up next. St. Henry football highlights. Redskins up 14-0 at the half. Taking on Marion Pleasant tonight in that opening game rivalry that has gone to the Redskins every time. Holmes still has it, but he had nowhere to go. He tried to turn it outside and couldn't
takes
get
a
there.
busted play and makes about 3 yards out of it. He's good.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to spot him back a little bit. They think he must have crawled that extra 2 yards I saw.
Holm, of course, is integral part of that state championship at Delphos St. John's. We're right at the 1 minute mark. Delphos trying to get into the end zone or take a lead with a field goal here. 3rd and 4.
It's where your heart comes out and you got to play hard right here.
Leininger gets it. He surveys the territory, puts his head down. He's down around the 2.
Be real close.
Decision
first
time.
down.
Rody's warming up on the sideline.
First down.
They're going to measure again.
Well, the ref signaled first down, so I'm not sure what's happening now.
They stopped the clock. And now, meeting of the minds. Referees want to get this right. Saw this last night in the Coldwater-Kenton game. Lots of ref huddles. They all want to be on the same page. There's the first down. And timeout Delphos St. John's is the call. So Todd Schulte will bring his group over. Blue Jays get ready for Tenora next week, and then they start that busy MAC schedule. One MAC team they won't play this year is Anna because of the two-game non-conference schedule the MAC has gone to. So theoretically, there could be 2 undefeated MAC teams this year if both Anna and Delphos St. John's were to run their conference tables, but that is a huge if in that conference where really anyone can beat anyone on any night.
Coach Cooper's having a conversation with the sideline judge. I'm not sure what's going on. He's arguing about the clock or something. I'm not sure. They're having a discussion there.
Take a look at LCC's future big games. And I believe that's St. John's maybe. That's probably Coldwater from last night. Lots to discuss here. These T-Birds, 29 seconds left, still 2 timeouts per team. So Todd Schulte will really have the chance to call 3 plays.
They're putting some time back on the clock.
Up to 34 seconds.
Actually, I think they want 39, what I'm reading from the side judge here.
You're better with the hand signals.
I'm used to reading them. There we go. Got it right. Everybody's happy now.
First down, ball on the 2-yard line for Delphos St. John's. That same set we've seen. Packed house here at Lima Stadium. Can the Jays untie this score? Pohlman gives it to Leininger. He's looking, and he's pushing across the goal line and in. Jordan Leininger, second touchdown of the night. Delphos St. John's takes a 13-7 lead.
Great play there by Delphos St. John's, left side of the line. Unfortunately, LCC's in, got a good penetration, but just could not get to him. Ran inside of him, went in for the score. Great play, great defense. Not a lot you could do there, just great execution.
And Leininger loves that play. He gets the ball and gets a chance to survey the line, see where the penetration's coming, and he reads it so well. As Josh Rohde taking over where his brother left off. Jordan kicking his second extra point of the night, making it 14-7. Josh, a little bigger than older brother, 5'11", 165. Take a look at our Ray before. Look at Mercury replay.
Great camera shot, definitely in.
Didn't even start going down until he was across the goal line. Great body control as we near the half. Still plenty of great football to come. 14-7. Delphos St. John's in front. We're getting exactly what we bargained for tonight, Randy.
Now the Blue Jays are standing and look a little happier, and LCC sitting down. Wondering what's going on. Now I know why Coach Cooper was fighting for that extra time, because he realizes he gets a little more time to hopefully score and tie this ball game up. Coach Cooper's a great coach. That guy, he's on top of what it is. If I'm the ref, I'm not arguing with him.
Desi Kirkman's a guy you want to give time to, and Rufus Johnson we're seeing as well. Very explosive back, so two good return men for the Thunderbirds if they can get the ball. But last time St. John's kicked off, they kept it away from both, and see if they can do it again.
Again, we'll see how special teams play a part here. Be one big play and be a tie ball game here.
Nate Webb doing the kickoff duties for the Blue Jays. Bounces at the 15, picked up by Kirkman. Not much of anything there for him as he crosses the 25-yard line. T-Birds will have to go 73 yards in 29 seconds.
I wonder if that kicker Webb is into the former Blue Jays kicker, Charlie Webb, who kicked at Ohio Northern. Great kicker, great kid. And maybe it's just the same name, maybe they're cousins, I'm not sure. I know he doesn't have a younger brother. Well, he has a younger brother, but he's not that young.
Nate Webb, certainly a great basketball player, was a good baseball player as well. Didn't play this past spring, but free sport athlete, had a big catch in the Lehman Catholic state semifinal game one season ago. T-Birds will keep it on the ground, don't want to turn it over as Johnson gets a big hit there from Delphos St. John's. I think it was Chris Olm who had the knock.
Surprised they're not going to a timeout. They just let it run out.
Intent to keep it a one touchdown game. Connor brings the plan up. They're gonna try one more though. They're rushing the line.
Yeah, they got something big up their sleeve here.
3 wide. They just give it to Royster. Couple more yards for the stat column, but we've reached halftime. 14-7. Delphos St. John's in front. Let's head back to Beatty Road with Mark Kuntz and Chris Parks.
Welcome to the Amish Furniture Halftime Report. Halftime score 14-7. St. John's winning alongside Mark Kuntz. I'm Chris Parks.
We've got great action between LCC and St. John's. We'll get to the second half in just a bit, but we'll get you up to speed with what else is happening in the world of MAC football and the world of LCC and St. John's. We'll start with the MAC football look as St. Henry once again opening their season against Marion Pleasant. We'll head to Mercer County for the highlights of this one. Redskins wanting to be the all-service class fans of the week. We'll find out Tuesday if they made the cut. First quarter, Spartans ball facing 3rd and 5. Several Redskins stop and well short of the first down, forcing the punt. St. Henry's first snap of the game. Brad Stahl looking to pass. Ball gets up in the air. Wind slows it down. Along Marion's David Carroll to come up with the interception, but Redskins D forces another punt. Late first quarter, St. Henry's offense starts to move the ball. Stahl connecting with Jason Westgerty's over the middle. A 23-yard gain down to the Spartan 34. Later in the drive at the 22-yard line, handoff to Neil Schwederman on the end around the left side. Good for a 15-yard gain to the 5-yard line. A few plays later, it's 3rd and goal from the 5. Same play. This time they run to the right, and Schwederman runs right into the end zone. Final play of the first quarter. St. Henry leading 7-0. Marion Pleasant takes over, eats up nearly 10 minutes of clock time. 4th and 6 from the Redskin 23. Bryce Hoying and Eric Webker wrap up Corey Cubs for the loss. St. Henry's ball on downs. Redskins facing third and short. Stahl keeps it himself, carries near midfield for the first down. Later in the drive, it's now 3rd and 14. Stahl hits his big receiver Vic Fortkamp for a 15-yard gain and the first down, keeping the drive alive. Under a minute to go in the half. Redskins at the 6. Stahl keeps it himself. First of his 2 rushing touchdowns. St. Henry wins 28-7, beating Marion Pleasant to open the season once again.
From football to volleyball, Ottoville native Wes Horseman making his debut as the LCC volleyball coach. T-Birds taking on Edison. First game, Laurel Conrad with the spike. Chargers are the double door block, but it goes out of bounds. T-Birds a 2-point lead, but they lost game 1. Second game now, Taylor White bumps to Madison George. Set to Taylor. Spikes off of Edison, out of bounds. Point for LCC. Later in the game, T-Birds trailing Aubrey Butts. The dig. Danielle Tafflinger over her head. Edison can't return it. Point for LCC, but they fall in 3 games. 25-21, 25-18, 25-21. Point of note, Danielle Tafflinger verbally committing to go to the University of Findlay next year to play volleyball.
T-Birds boys soccer team taking on Elida, the championship game of the Elida shootout. Bulldogs Trey Bowman, corner kick right on target, but right to the keeper, Mark Hawk. Move to the second half now. Elida's Ryan Musgrave with the kick to Dustin Turner. Heads it, hits off Hawk. Corey Sanderson gets a head on it, and it goes in, perhaps an Arby's pick 5. We'll find out on Thursday. More Elida pressure. Sanderson gets control, fires on net, but it is wide to the left. LCC trying to get on board. Nolan Burkholder gets off the good shot, but Brandon Good makes a great diving stop as Elida goes on to take the shootout title. 4-0 the final.
Bath Ladies playing host to LCC this afternoon. Game tied at 1 in the first half. Wildcats Allie Manley passes to Samantha Piper. Shot on net, but a save by the T-Bird keep. Later in the half, Manley now on the breakaway. Her shot goes in, back of the net, 2-1. Bath leading their second straight goal. T-Birds defense stiffens up a little bit. Taylor Dacken carrying it in. Nice slide tackle by Morgan Greavely, knocking the ball out of bounds there. Final score from this one has Bath winning by has LCC winning by the score of 4-1, excuse me.
Oh, it was a tie, 4-4.
4-4 tie, excuse me.
They both won. It's a tie. Two
Everyone
schools
wins.
pretty familiar with each other. Fort Jennings and St. John's. Ladies soccer, no score in the first half. Emma Boggs free kick, saved by Mindy Miracle. Later on, Morgan Haynes kicked towards the cage. Bailey Calvage, right place, the right time, scoring to give Delphos St. John's the 1-0 lead. Jennings putting on some pressure. Lauren Verhoff to Stacy Chandler. Shot saved, though, by Samantha Stant Jays. Looking to add to the lead. Boggs cranks it. Miracle there for the save. Blue Jays leading early on, but Fort Jennings goes on to win this one final of 5-3.
That's going to do it for the Amish Furniture halftime report. Second half coming up. Should be a good one between Delphos St. John's and LCC.
Andy and Randy, take it away.
Brought to you in part by Amish Merchant. From rustic simplicity to upscale sophistication. Handcrafted furniture and gifts located in the Lima Mall.
Welcome back to the St. Rita's Medical Center halftime adjustment. Andy Lynch and Randy Davis. Thanks, of course, to Mark Kuntz and Chris Parks doing a great job back at the studio holding down the fort as I get to enjoy an entire football game. This is crazy. Delphos St. John's leading 14-7 at the half. Let's take a look at a couple of plays that led to those scoring drives. First for the Blue Jays, Wes Holm has been doing it with his feet, but also with his arm. Look at this connection to Jay Clark downfield. Great catch. And that would lead to a touchdown for Mr. Jordan Leininger. He has both punch-ins for the Blue Jays, both a couple yards out. As for LCC, they've got a pretty good quarterback too, and Tyler O'Connor. Look at the catch here by Drew Kirkman, who comes back to get the football. Beautiful catch. Desi Kirkman making the grab. Let's take a look at our halftime adjustment now as Desi Kirkman made that. Drew Kirkman, of course, of Mount Union. What needs to happen for LCC, Randy Davis?
Well, I think they got to just stay poised. They had a couple of key penalties there in the end of the second half. Obviously, Coach Cooper is going to keep those guys executing on that defensive line or that offensive line. Delphos St. John's, they got to control the line of scrimmage on defense. Lima Central Catholic's just running over them.
They certainly were. This has been your St. Rita's Medical Center halftime adjustment. Third quarter action. Stay right here.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Celebrations, located in downtown Delphos, offering a large selection of party supplies, balloons, and decorations for any type of party or special event. From plates and napkins to balloon bouquets and centerpieces, your next event will be unforgettable. Celebrations in downtown Delphos. Stoops Freightliner, proud sponsor of local athletics for 20+ years. Stoops Freightliner, heavy-duty trucks for heavy-duty jobs. Nationwide, Brian Grimone of Nationwide Insurance on Allentown Road supports the LCC Thunderbirds. Call him today for great service and to save money on your insurance. Ohms Manufactured Homes. In business for over 40 years, Ohms Manufactured Homes is a proud sponsor of Delphos Schools. Call or visit us at ohmshomes.com for your new affordable home. Delphos Discount Drugs, your hometown pharmacy and supporter of local athletics. Delphos Drugs, more than just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors and we want to know you. Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. Get rid of that unreliable old heating and cooling system. Replace it with a new Comfort Air geothermal system. For year-round home comfort and energy savings, call Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating, 419-394-9891 for your free quote. Lima Central Catholic Athletic Boosters, continuing to support all our athletes throughout the year. Good luck this season, T-Birds. And by Hickey Morris Insurance Agency, your independent insurance representatives, serving the Delphos area for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Lima Stadium. This was the site, about 3-4 hours ago, our 2009 tailgate party tour. Coming here to the stadium, what a great time we had. Lots of free hot dogs cooked on the Hall and Grill. You saw that. The Marines were there with their Wilson football toss. You see it there. Dick Clark Realty, doing a great job. State Bank also sponsoring it. Sylvan Learning Center, thanks to all of them for helping out with it. It was a lot of fun. Next week we go to Bath as Wapakoneta comes to town. And then don't miss the free food and games each time, 5 o'clock. Let's take a look at the big games coming up for Delphos St. John's. Back-to-back weeks, Coldwater and St. Henry.
They start off with 3 big games this year. They don't have a break in the action, that's for sure.
And of course, LCC, they'll play Grove on the 19th, and the next week, Delphos Jefferson. Jefferson with a big win last night, and a big points game as far as the playoff picture goes against Bishop Reedy as they've renewed that rivalry. And then Ada, a game we will have October 31st. It's Halloween night, could very well be for the Northwest Conference title. And you and I will be back for that one, Randy.
That'd be great.
Right
Absolutely.
Here to finish up the regular season. Then we're going to do some playoff games here as we start a whole new era in TV 44 sports. Take a look at our digital camera, and we're picking up Buford the Blue Jay, one of our favorite mascots.
No, Andy, I was noticing a while ago, I don't know if this kid's still in high school, but he should be playing.
He has his head off. Oh, no. They might have to change Buford's now.
They might have to. His kid should be on the team, man. He's huge.
His identity has been revealed. That's Mr. Recker, I believe, is a basketball player, if I'm not mistaken, as we're getting ready for kickoff here under a minute. Here's a question I have. Why do they put 3 minutes back on the clock during the halftime? They put the 20 minutes on, and then the players come back out and they stretch. Oh, let's put 3 more minutes. These guys can do some math. Why don't we just do 23 minutes and we know exactly when we're going to start?
Some of them Ohio High School Athletic Association rules, I'm sure.
I'm going to ask Jerry Snodgrass about that, and he's going to get it changed for us. I have faith in Jerry.
That'd be great.
We're getting ready to kick off the second half. Be very interesting. Under a couple minutes to play, and Delphos St. John's punched it in, taking the lead after LCC that had that 13-play, 70-yard drive, so momentum. It'll be interesting to see which team comes out of the locker room with it.
And thankfully for LCC, with the toss the way it went, they get the ball back, start the half, and so they got a chance to score, which is obviously why Coach Cooper just ran the clock out at the end of the half, knowing he's going to get the ball back. So that'd be a big momentum shift right now if Delphos St. John's had the ball.
That's
and
right.
If you look in the crowd, though, it's neat to see so many different high schools represented. We were walking around earlier, and you got Allen East, you got Ada, you got all kinds of schools here watching this game, and that's just the community spirit that's here tonight. Makes this game a lot of fun.
That's right. We saw Crestview, and when we talked to Jerry Cooper earlier in the week previewing this game, he said, we know those teams are going to come see us. They want to see some good football.
Absolutely.
They're getting a chance to do it. So
we saw
Scott
Tenora
Recker,
here, too.
Thank you, Jim Metcalf. It is Scott Recker, the St. John's mascot. He's been unveiled. We know who he is. And so when you see Scott, call him Buford the Blue Jay.
Tell him he should play football, man. That kid's big. He's got some guns on him.
Great basketball player. The kickoff from the Blue Jays, fielded by Rufus Johnson. Across the 25, and Johnson hit pretty hard there at the 30, so these guys picking up right where they left off.
Nice hit there.
And I think Blake Williams, Curtis Ulm is the one, Chris Ulm, that is the one with the tackle as we get back into game form here. 14-7, Blue Jays in front. T-Birds will try and keep moving the football like they did their last full offensive possession, if we're not counting that last 2 plays of the half. There's a familiar set. They pitch it to Royster. He stood up right there at the line.
A lot better defensive execution there. Obviously, Coach Cooper's going to mix it up. First half, when they got the passing game going a little bit, obviously opens up the running game. But LCC obviously going to be going to Royster a lot tonight. That's their key, so hopefully they can mix it up.
Always enjoy taking a look at the halftime adjustments that coaches make, and these two coaches, two of the best in the business, they're going to game plan against each other and see what happens in this third quarter of play. O'Connor stepping back and then getting back under center. He's looking for the quick out. Kirkman through his hands.
A little bit behind him. If he'd have been in front of him, that could have been big.
We ate good tonight. We had our tailgate party, and then we weren't done eating. We had some pizza, Pat's Donuts and Cream, doing an outstanding job. I tell you, I knew their donuts were good. Hadn't had their pizza. And it was excellent. Fantastic. We have had great pizza tonight. They had the dessert pizza, had the cheesy bread, had the pepperoni pizza, had a slice of mushroom. Our producer,
and I think
Garrett
you had a little bit of all of it too, didn't you?
Really? I did, and I'm pretty full right now, but I think there's a little more down there. Be sure and check out their new store on Elida Avenue in Delphos. That's Pat's Donuts and Cream. Thanks to those guys, all the great work they do. And that pass is almost caught off the hands of Jacob Regali. What a great effort, though, as he turned around once and then kind of turned back to try and get it. Brings up 4th down, and the T-Birds will punt. Tell you, O'Connor hasn't necessarily been super sharp with his passes tonight. His receivers have had to adjust some to try and get to it, but
unfortunately, I was talking about opening up the running game. Obviously, he's only 1 for 6 for 20 yards. That was my mistake. They had one big pass play and opened up for a little bit, but they really got to get that passing game going.
We saw that replay. A player falls down, and that rolls out of bounds at the 10. And we're going to step aside on that note. Delphos St. John's leading 14-7 early third quarter. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
The question today when looking for a new vehicle is why Ford, why now, why Rabies? And the answer is simple. Ford and Rabies have a plan that's really working. And our Rabies showroom and lot is full of cars that people actually want. Plus trucks, SUVs, crossovers, hybrids. We have them all. 0% interest is available and rebates up to $4,000. We at Rabies are proud to be Allen County's only dual 4 Lincoln Mercury dealership with a history of having a great service department and body shop too. Why Ford? Why now? Why not come to Rabies today and leave a friend?
Whoa, what are those like? I'll tell you what they're like. You ever been face down in lava sauce, son? Getting ambushed by jalapenos, your tongue's burning. But you get so crazy, heck, you start liking the pain.
What's with the voice?
Volcano nachos. Changes a man.
Taco Bell's new Volcano Nachos with jalapenos and scorching lava sauce. They're only for the brave. Think outside the bun.
No need to fight over who gets to sit in the recliner of the house. At Westridge Furniture in Delphos, the only thing better than a new, comfortable, and stylish lane recliner is 2 lane recliners. When you buy one of these quality lane recliners, Westridge's will give you a second matching recliner free. Save hundreds of dollars on a great selection of America's top reclining furniture, including high legs, rocking or non-rocking recliners, leather, and much more. Twice the comfort for one great low price at Westridge Furniture on Elida Avenue in Delphos.
Are you on Twitter? Because if you are, you need to start following me. Twitter.com/AndyLynch26. Or you can get our halftime scores, Twitter.com/44halftimescore. Every Friday, we're sending out score updates. Check it out at Twitter.com/AndyLynch26. WTLWBroadcast.com/44 halftime scores. The Blue Jays take over inside their 10-yard line, and they don't get much on their first carry.
No, LCC, again, good defense there. Guarding the line of scrimmage, playing hard. It's just going to be a good, hard-fought football game.
Interesting start to the third quarter. I mean, LCC 3 and out. They punt. St. John's tripped up on the special teams, and then kind of a slow, rocky start as these guys try and get back into the rhythm of things. Really had a good rhythm the first half.
Absolutely. Whoever comes out first and gets it going here, it's going to be a big momentum shift.
You're right. 2 scores for St. John's, or a tie ball game. If LCC can get it. Look at Leininger putting the shoulder down, getting more yards than a first down. That's a 13-yard pickup for Jordan Leininger. He's only a junior. I mean, we were impressed by him as a sophomore, but 2 more seasons with this guy. Todd Schulte's loving it.
That was a great play. Hard running, kept the feet moving, kept driving. You get extra yardage.
Take a look at our Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury replay.
You see at the line of scrimmage, 3 guys to take him down, hit 4 times. That's just great running back.
The bruising back here, Lima Stadium. Wes Ulm with the I formation. Gives it to the up back. Pushes for a couple and stands up.
Yeah, when you can rush your way outside of the inside the 10 coming out of third quarter, things are looking good for your offense. Offensive line, those veterans, you know, they're just going to keep playing hard. Could be a great second half for Delphos St. John's. They get this ball moving.
Mitchell McClellan picked up 3 on the carry. 2nd and 7 now for the Blue Jays. Third quarter action. Ulm, 2 backs behind him, fakes the handoff. He's going to tuck it. And his guys are blocking for him. Ulm's got a first down and a couple extra. There comes the flag.
Late flag. Delphos St. John's, I think, got a block in the back there, maybe. Kind of a cheap block, looked like, maybe. I don't know. Somebody getting a little extra. You know, I was noticing that the defensive backs are doing a good job for LCC. But I think Ulm, he just likes to run so much. He may not give him enough time to get open. I'm not sure.
He certainly, he'll look, but then
he moves.
He's quick to go. And that's an extra task for his line because he does so well finding those little gaps. And there they were called for holding.
He was shaking up a little bit on the play, too.
Yeah, you see him squatting down. That's Wes Ulm, the quarterback. This is a special game for Jordan Leininger. Last year he was knocked out in the first quarter. Good to see Buford's got his head back on. The Blue Jay is back. And now the fans are sensing our camera. They love student sections. Do a great job bringing the play on the field for the Blue Jays. You see Stephen Metcalf. Ulm, of course, staying in.
I'd say this is a big second down play here. Got the receivers out. Who knows, maybe they're going to throw another pass.
Ulm was banged up in their first scrimmage against Elida, and he's still in there, fakes the toss. He's going deep. And it's a battle.
Great defensive play. Great defensive play. He was right there inside, had a good chance to intercept that pass, and the offensive receiver definitely playing defense on that play, Andy.
Desi Kirkman, he has the 1 catch for LCC tonight. And as you said, Randy, great coverage. You'll be busy here coming up with as the Ohio Northern chaplain. Polar Bears kick off the season
next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. They played at scrimmage at Adrian today. I understand they did really well, so we're looking forward to a great season this year.
Play the number 4 team in the country first, then number 1 Mountain Union. What a start.
What a way to start.
Yep.
That's right.
Should be a great atmosphere out at Dow Roberson Stadium. Looking forward to that next Saturday as the Blue Jays have 3rd and long. Ulm tucking it, pursuing from behind, but he's not going to catch Ulm. First down. And then he lowers the shoulder on Kirkman once again. Taylor Cook, it looked like Taylor was closing on him, then all of a sudden Ulm kicked it into another gear and
he sure did.
Started breaking away.
But I tell you what, that great coverage there by the defensive line. They got in, they rushed him. That time he didn't have time to set up. Unfortunately, he's just such a great running back that he just runs right around him, gets great pickup for a first down. But that time, I think he got the wood laid on him.
I think we have a replay for our Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury replay. There you see that pressure that Randy talked about.
And that Desmond Kirkman, he's the one that puts a good hit on him right here at the end of the play.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a crank.
There's a handoff. And Leininger's close to a first down as he basically flies through. Didn't even look like he was running. He's hobbling a little bit.
Holmes got his helmet off, looking at it.
As we were saying last year in this game, Leininger got hurt in the early going and only played a little bit of the first quarter. Missed a few games.
Now he's limping off the field.
Yeah, he'll be replaced. Looks like 28's come in. Blake Williams. Two split to the bottom of your screen for Delphos St. John's. Justin Backus is number 8. Number 85 is A.J. Clausen. Pitch is to the new man in. Nice little gainer. Still running is Blake Williams. They don't lose anything by bringing in Williams, and it's a first down once again for Delphos St. John.
Now, being an offensive lineman in the past, Andy, I'm noticing number 62, Derek Klaus, he's a pulling guard, and man, he just made a great block leading out there. He actually may be, I'm thinking he may be the center.
We'll have to watch for that. Very impressive line movement here in the third quarter by Delphos St. John's. Really, both offensive lines doing a good job tonight.
They are.
Midway through our third quarter play. This is St. John's first drive of the quarter after LCC went 3 and out, so they're eating up some clock here. Holmes throwing outside. Was that tipped?
Actually, I think went off the receiver's hands. Looked like the tight end, number 47.
You're invited to join TV44's annual auction Saturday, September 12th, just 2 weeks from today. Join us under the big top. Hundreds of items. There's cars. There's a Porsche 944, I believe. It's in our parking lot right now. You can come check it out and bid on it that day. We have all kinds of great merchandise and 2 sports report experiences. You can golf with us at Hawthorne Hills. You can bid on that at 10:30 a.m. Or you can have a pizza, pins, and pop party at Westgate Lanes. As Leininger is back in the ball game. He looks fine. He was
Great
sliced. Actually, that's Blake Williams. I'm sorry. That was Williams knifing through probably about 7 yards.
Again, the key to that play is the push on the right side of the line. Number 62, Derek Klaus, is the right guard, and man, he's just moving some people out.
Timeout, LCC. We're going to step aside as well. When we come back, we'll see if Delphos St. John's can complete the drive. You're watching TV44 Sports.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Carpet One Lima, proudly supporting area athletics since 1986. Good luck tonight, and go T-Birds. Edward Jones, Tim Sealshot, your Lima Edward Jones financial advisor at 1214 Bell Fountain Avenue. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. C&J Agri-Service, located on Converse Roselm Road. Worried about high fertilizer prices? Let Nature's Popu show you how to save per acre on your corn starter prices and how to boost your yield. Ask about our equipment rebate programs. We are the solution. Contact C&J Agri-Service at 419-692-4332. Grow House Plumbing and Heating in Delphos. Stop in for all your plumbing and heating needs. Proud supporters of our local teams. Sylvan Learning Center, where learning feels good. Hefner's TV, your local LG sales and service center. When you can't be at the game, see it in HD. Good luck this season to all area athletes. And by First Federal Bank, with locations in Delphos, Elida, Lima, and 30 other convenient locations. Bank with the people you know and trust at First Federal Bank.
Head over to to Irons Lawnmower Repair. Irons is your full-service Simplicity dealer. With deals on all new and used equipment. New Simplicity zero-turns and tractors. Push mower, lawn and garden tractor, rototiller, snow blower, chainsaw, generators and zero-turn. Irons Lawnmower Repair. Services all makes and models. With a full parts department offering new and used parts. On-the-spot financing available on all new and used equipment. Check out the Simplicity deals at Irons Lawnmower Repair today. Irons Lawnmower Repair on McLean Road. Open 8 to 5.
When you think of Lennox Heating and Air Conditioning, think of the John P. Timmerman Company, one of the best Lennox dealers in the business.
Delphos St. John's leading 14-7 third quarter. Be sure and watch Retro TV on WTLW 7:30 to 9 p.m. each night, featuring classic family programming like the Partridge Family, the Brady Bunch, and good old Gomer Pyle. It's family viewing right here on TV 44 as we continue to be your family station.
Big third down play here, Andy. We've got Delphos St. John's third and about 5. We're going to see what this team's made of right here.
22-yard line, once again, right on the cusp of field goal territory, so they really got to get a push here to get comfortable. Dancing to the outside, Evan Burguy, and he is snuffed out. They're probably going to have to go for it, Randy.
I would say they are, but that was a great defensive play there.
Taylor Cook was the one.
And he just stayed his ground there. Defensive end had a guy blocking him, played off the block, made the tackle, held on long enough to get some help in there. That was just great defense.
4th down and 5. Bringing in the play for Delphos St. John's is A.J. Clausen. Burguy's the running back. So Jordan Leininger is still on the bench. 2 receivers to the top of your screen as Wes Olm calls out the play. We need to get to the 17. Olm tucks it down, and he is hit.
He stopped.
But he still keeps moving. Not nearly enough, though.
Down.
LCC stayed with him, and the Blue Jays turned the ball over on downs.
That's a big play by the defense there for Lima Central Catholic. Good heads-up play by number 64. He got a good rush. Then they chased him down, made the play, and held on to him, because that guy can run over you. There's no doubt.
Yep. Regali was the one that finally brought him down, so LCC takes over at their own 22-yard line. They were 3 and out last time and only had a couple plays at the end of the first half, but their drive preceding that was 13 plays, 70 yards. Tyler O'Connor will try and start another drive just like that. Nice toss to Johnson. He gets near the 30, so that's a sizable pickup on 1st down.
Back on the play by number 20, Tyler Bergfeld.
Bergfeld credited with the tackle. He, of course, was the guy with the big punt return in that first half that set up a touchdown.
Coach Cooper mixing it up a little bit with that pitch out over the right side, getting outside the tackle. Good penetration, good lead block by the wide receiver out here also.
Great atmosphere here at Lima Stadium tonight. We thank you for joining us. Hand off to Royster. He's spinning, trying to get a couple extra, and he did with the spin move. Still about a yard shy of the 1st down. Maybe a yard and a half.
There's no doubt these guys are leaving it all on the field, Andy. You look at them, several of them just kind of slow to get up. They're playing hard. They're hitting hard. You know they're in good shape. They've been working out. And it's just young men giving it their all for their schools, all these fans here. And this is what I love about high school sports right here.
Really a special environment with all the students lining the field. Great crowd, as you said. Means a lot to these folks. Means a lot to us.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here. O'Connor puts the man in motion. That's Bubba Krieg. O'Connor the sneak, and he gets it no problem. He's down near the 35-yard line. Good call by Coach Cooper and the T-Birds.
Almost looked like the T-Birds got a little head start there, but no call on that play. The right side definitely was ready to go. One thing about this is, it's very intense, but you see a lot of sportsmanship out there. These guys are playing intense, they're playing hard, but you see them helping each other up, and that's just indicative of the class coaches that are on the field. So hopefully that'll continue throughout this game.
O'Connor sets first down and 10, just inside the 35. Fakes the handoff, still looking. Tough pass to Bubba Krieg. That is incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for LCC.
He had Alec Recker in his face there too, and that definitely was rushing him and maybe even tipped it a little bit when he passed it.
I want to thank the LCC folks for hosting us here, getting us power for our truck, and we know it's a packed press box and packed facilities. They're able to get this game on the air because they've been helpful to us. We thank Pat Murphy and his crew for letting us set up. 2nd down and long. O'Connor with one receiver to each side. Gives it to Royster. He keeps moving. That pile keeps moving. You know he's in there somewhere. It's a couple.
His legs never stop moving.
No.
That's a sign of a good running back. A lot of high school guys, they get stood up and they stop, but he's not. Kind of like Mr. Ohm on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
That brings up 37 for the Thunder.
Tyler O'Connor, for such a great freshman year, just 5 touchdowns through the air. So that shows you not a priority for Coach Cooper and the staff to put it in the air. Just 1 completion tonight as we're nearing latter part of the 3rd quarter. O'Connor, oh, it's blocked.
Blocked and almost picked off.
That was Nate Webb getting up in the air using that 6'4" frame, 200 pounds. Great pursuit. Otherwise, that screen could have netted a big gain for LCC.
Strike at number 47 brings up the pass. Nate
So
Webb.
4th down, 7 yards to go. O'Connor will move from under center to about 15 yards behind center. There's the boot by O'Connor as he gets it away cleanly.
Nice.
That's Bergfeld for the Blue Jays. Trying to get some blocking. He dances free. There's Bergfeld again across the 40. There's a big block. Looks like holding on LCC as Webb was just pinned to the ground. Nonetheless, good return by Bergfeld all the way to the 37. We're going to step aside as Delphos St. John's tries to add to its 7-point lead. You're watching TV 44 Sports.
The perfect time to save on home heating bills begins right now. We make it easy at DeHaven, the #1 heat and glow insert dealer in a 5-state area.
You know, I really love our Heat and Glow insert because it makes our home so warm and inviting.
With Heat and Glow direct vent inserts, you get warmth when and where you need it because zone heating saves money.
Our insert adds beauty to our home and comfort to our lives.
Right now, our customers receive DeHaven's instant 30% tax credit on all gas inserts, or the $1,500 home energy tax credit for wood and pellet models. Right now is the perfect time to save on home heating. Turn down the furnace.
And turn up the warmth.
And guys, I have a special bonus feature on my remote. Joe, it's time for my snack and beverage.
Stop in and see us. DeHaven Home and Garden Showplace in Lima and Findlay, the #1 Heat and Glow insert dealer in a 5-state area.
Brought to you in part by Amish Merchant. From rustic simplicity to upscale sophistication. Handcrafted furniture and gifts located in the Lima Mall. Brought to you in part by Ralphie's, your family sports eatery. Bring your team in and watch the game of the week with WTLW TV 44 on our big screens. Also, after 9 p.m., special prices on all appetizers. Ralphie's, food, sports, and fun.
Welcome back, Delphos St. John's. Another good return out of Bergfeld. He has had a fantastic game on the special teams. Look at this break house play.
Big hole.
Up the middle is Mitchell McLennan. You can see that play on the sports report, perhaps. Check us out Tuesday through Saturday at 10 o'clock. Of course, our football shows Friday from 10 to 11:15, leading up to our game of the week. Saturday, we go 10 to 10:30. Then Buckeye Insider back 1 week from tonight. Mark Kuntz, Mike Miller. Best Buckeye coverage around. You can join us each night on TV 44. First down for the Blue Jays on that run by Mitchell McLennan.
That's just a great ball fake to open that play up.
Yep. Looks like Blake Williams that Jordan Leininger is back. He has the carry. My vantage point couldn't see if it was a 5 or an 8. It is indeed Leininger, so he's back after missing most of that last drive.
He's limping again, though, Andy, unfortunately.
Yep.
There he goes back.
He's going
to the
back
sideline.
off the field. He tried it. Got about 6 yards, but he will be replaced by Evan Burguy. It was his replacement last year for those 4-5 games. He was injured. Running the play onto the field, number 14, Stephen Metcalf for Delphos St. John's. Todd Schulte looks for win number 99 of his young career.
It's one of those drives that can take the wind out of your sails when you're LCC, the younger team, and they really need to bow up here and make a big defensive stop.
Holm fakes the handoff and keeps it himself. Can't elude the tackler, though. Is that 98? 88, perhaps. Big tackle for LCC by John Steiger. Very nice hit. Talking about Todd Schulte. Started 99, was part of that, coaching that state championship as they won 59 straight ball games. Delphos St. John's will recognize their 1999 state championship team next week in their home opener against Tenora, so that'll certainly be special. I haven't heard if Darren Lozier's coming back for that one, but he was a part of that team and loved to show off the ring. Darren, of course, one of our Sports Report alums that's down in Tampa, Florida, and doing a great job down there for an all-sports channel. His home is stuffed.
They held him.
Of course, you've been reading our Canal Health Pharmacy scoreboard all night long. We thank them. The Canal Health Mart Pharmacy, they've sponsored the scoreboard this evening, and they'll continue to do so, I believe. 22 seconds left, timeout, Delphos St. John's. We're going to step aside as well. Coming up next, a 4th and 1. What will the Blue Jays do? Stay with us.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Celebrations, located in downtown Delphos, offering a large selection of party supplies, balloons, and decorations for any type of party or special event. From plates and napkins to balloon bouquets and centerpieces, your next event will be unforgettable. Celebrations in downtown Delphos. Stoops Freightliner, proud sponsor of local athletics for 20-plus years. Stoops Freightliner, heavy-duty trucks for heavy-duty jobs. Nationwide, Brian Grimone of Nationwide Insurance on Allentown Road supports the LCC Thunderbirds. Call him today for great service and to save money on your insurance. Ohms Manufactured Homes. In business for over 40 years, Ohms Manufactured Homes is a proud sponsor of Delphos schools. Call or visit us at ohmshomes.com for your new affordable home. Delphos Discount Drugs, your hometown pharmacy and supporter of local athletics. Delphos Drugs, more than just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors and we want to know you. Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. Get rid of that unreliable old heating and cooling system. Replace it with a new Comfort Air geothermal system. For year-round home comfort and energy savings, call Hirschfeld Plumbing and Heating, 419-394-9891 for your free quote. And by Pat's Donuts and Cream. Stop in to our newest location on Elida Avenue in Delphos. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season. Go Blue Jays.
At Anytime Fitness, it's all about the basics. Our spacious gym is clean and bright and features a secure environment complete with modern, cutting-edge equipment that is safe and easy to use. Come talk to our low-pressure sales staff today and experience the difference that others in the area already have.
I've lost an additional 25 pounds, but I've gained probably about 6 pounds, probably 6 to 10 pounds of muscle. There's no pressure in it. As long as you want to improve yourself and show yourself that you can do it, they're going to help you.
Come see where your friends are working out. Anytime Fitness, Lima.
The competition is toast, because right now at Arby's, you can get 2 toasted subs for only $5. Choose from the savory French dip and Swiss, the classic Italian, turkey bacon club, or the Philly beef. All made fresh to order with the highest quality ingredients like oven-roasted, freshly sliced meats and melted cheese on crunchy toasted ciabatta bread. When it comes to toasted subs, no one slices it fresh or piles it high like Arby's. And when it comes to sandwich satisfaction, 2 is definitely better than 1. Hurry in. Arby's 2 for $5 toasted subs deal won't last long.
Be sure to check out Buckeye Insider 1 week from tonight. Mark Kuntz and Mike Miller bringing you exclusive interviews, practice footage, and a weekly segment on the College Football Hall of Fame. Debuts 1 week from tonight on TV 44, 10:30. 22 seconds left in our third quarter. Hand off to Burguy.
I think he got it.
He had a head of steam, that's for sure. Near side officials marking him right at the 22.
It's like a first down. Yep.
And give it to him. So
that was a big play there. LCC went inside, and he went right by him, right by him, fell for the first down.
Classic Todd Schulte rushing his team to the line. Boom, go. Try and catch him off guard, and they do. So new first down at the 17-yard line for the Blue Jays, trying to make this a 2-score game. Currently leading by a touchdown. Pitch to Burguy. Looking for any kind of seaming. He's not getting it. Look at LCC continue to send the bullets, and finally they do bring him down. Burguy did a good job shaking off the first 2 tacklers, but they just kept coming in waves, and that'll make it 2nd and long. It looks like they only had 1 yard loss. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter coming up next. Stay with us.
Tonight's broadcast of high school football is brought to you by Carpet One Lima, proudly supporting area athletics since 1986. Good luck tonight, and go T-Birds. Edward Jones, Tim Sealshot, your Lima Edward Jones financial advisor at 1214 Bell Fountain Avenue. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. C&J Agri-Service, located on Converse Roselm Road. Worried about high fertilizer prices? Let Nature's Popu show you how to save per acre on your corn starter prices and how to boost your yield. Ask about our equipment rebate programs. We are the solution. Contact C&J Agri-Service at 419-692-4332. Grow House Plumbing and Heating in Delphos. Stop in for all your plumbing and heating needs. Proud supporters of our local teams. Mac Camera. Transfer your videotapes to DVD at Mac Camera. Mary's A&W in Delphos. Always proud to support Delphos athletes, students, and the community. Stop in for our ice-cold root beer in a mug and our famous A&W bacon cheeseburgers. Mary's A&W in Delphos. Good luck, Blue Jays. And by Sealshot and Walsh. Tax preparation, accounting, financial planning, and business valuation. For over 30 years, your choice for smart decisions. Good luck to all area athletes.
Hi, I'm Tom All, and aren't we all thankful for this wonderful TV 44 ministry? Well, as our world changes, Hyundai can now give you certainty in time of uncertainty. Yes, now buy a new Hyundai and get a price lock on gasoline, just $1.49 a gallon. Get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and the assurance that if you lose your income in the next 12 months, you can return the vehicle with no impact on your credit. And now, new 09 Hyundais are on sale at Tom All's for as low as $99.99. One thing is for certain, at Tom All's, you'll always get a deal so good it'll knock your socks off.
Free money? Who doesn't want free money? And that's what you'll find at Kern's Fireplace and Spa. Homeowners can earn up to a $1,500 tax credit for purchasing a high-efficiency wood or pellet stove. Keep your home warm and save money with gas logs starting at $99 and fireplaces from $299. Don't spend your time on the internet, box stores, or the garden center. Come see the knowledgeable staff at Kern's, and we'll help you select the product that's right for your home. With hundreds to choose from, Kern's won't be undersold. So come see us for the best products and prices in town.
It's a bird fight, literally. Buford the Blue Jay and Lawrence the LCC T-Bird dueling for the fans in this fourth quarter break. 14-7. Delphos St. John's leading. They're at the 17-yard line and getting ready. We have some great wrestling action. Pat Murphy, the LCC wrestling coach, got to be loving that. Coming up next week, Bath hosting Wapakoneta. That will be our game of the week. Bath will try and go 2-0. Game airs at 11:15 following the best high school football coverage in the world. And I'm pretty confident of that. 10 o'clock, of course, we'll get to around 18 different games, and then we'll turn it over to the guys. I believe Mike Shep and Scott Nurse are on the call of that one, and our tailgate party will start at 5 o'clock at Bath. So if you're anywhere near Bath High School, stop by, get some Arby's, get some hot dogs off our Hall and Grill, try and throw the Wilson football to win a free Wilson football. Lots of fun next week. We begin fourth quarter action with West Holm in the shotgun, throwing the fade to the end zone. Bergfeld can't get there.
Just off the mark a little bit there, Andy, but that was great play, but good defense again by those defensive backs. The LCC's defensive backs have done a really good job tonight, containing good coverage, and which again has opened West Holm up for a lot of extra yardage.
Jerry Cooper imploring his defense, knowing how big a stop would be here, both momentum-wise, and then obviously keeping it a one-possession game. 17-yard line right now, 3rd and 10 coming up. So field goal puts it, what, 32, 34. Big down here, 3rd and 10. 4 receivers, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Looks like Leininger is next to Ulm, and Leininger takes the snap. Then he options to West Ulm. Ulm looking for a blocker, can't get the first down, but gets a little closer for a field goal opportunity.
Definitely got a good push there, good play. But again, the defense was playing hard there, trying to stay their positions, but some good lead blocking there, Andy, to get him open to get a good 5-yard pickup.
Well executed pitch by Jordan Leininger.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
I think on the, here's your replay, the Ray before Lincoln Mercury replay. Leininger got it to him. I believe on the depth chart, Leininger's the backup quarterback if Ulm were to go down. Good pickup, and they're going for it. 4th and 4. Leininger in the backfield. Timeout will be called by LCC, I believe. Nope, Delphos St. John's will call timeout, perhaps trying to draw the T-Birds off sides, and now might go for a field goal.
Looked like there was some confusion there as a player came in late and lined up beside West Holm, but not sure exactly what happened, but coach went right on the field screaming timeout, so I'm sure there was some confusion. He didn't want to mess up a 4th and 5 at the 12-yard line.
And Coach Cooper continues to have disagreements with his referee crew as he has talked.
He may be talking to them about their 16-year career coming to an end or something. I'm not sure. He may want them to go into retirement.
I'm sure he's got some colorful comments for them. There you see the Delphos St. John student section. Our all-service class Fans of the Week contest back next week, Tuesday. Garrett Seawright will bring us a crop of finalists. I've got a few favorites that I think ought to be thrown in the mix. We'll see what he decides on Tuesday. You can vote all week at WTLW.com. Also see all of our high school football highlights. That means this weekend we got 22 different high school football games, 2 on Thursday, 18 last night, and 2 more tonight, with St. Henry victorious over Marion Pleasant tonight down in Mercer County. And then this game, of course, lots of action at WTLW.com. We get so much traffic there that it crashes our website. But we say keep coming, keep looking. We want you to see the best local sports in the area. Big 4th down here. Different formation than we saw last time. Fake the Leininger. It's Ulm. Ulm looking. Still looking. End zone. Incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Off of Kirkman's hands. Either way, Lima Central Catholic takes over.
Good coverage again by the defensive backfield. I'm telling you, Andy, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And these teams that are here scouting them have got to be thinking they're going to have to figure out how to run against this defense, because they're doing a really good job on pass coverage, and seem like they definitely know what they're doing back there.
We saw the Ada Bulldogs here who like to pass a little bit. That'll be a great matchup week 10. We'll have it for you here on TV 44. Of course, each Friday we'll bring you a game of the week. Check out our schedule online at WTLW.com. Just added the Minster New Bremen game. That's in a few weeks. LCC takes over at their own 12-yard line, looking to pass is O'Connor. He's got Bubba Krieg. Krieg trying to get a few more yards, and he's down right around the 17-yard line. So just the second completion of the night for Ty O'Connor.
Good looking play there. Man was in his face. He ducked the defensive man, made the pass. Get a good 6-7 yard pickup. LCC needs to drive here. This is it.
14-7 your score, as you see on your Canal Health Mart Pharmacy scoreboard. T-Birds facing a 2nd and 3 situation. Andy Lynch, Randy Davis here at 4th quarter action from Lima Stadium. In motion is Johnson. They give it to the up back. That's a first down, and as he keeps pushing, they should give him forward progress.
Number 23, Taylor Cook, the ball
Taylor Cook was the ball carrier on that play, the up back.
Number 50, Chris Pohlman.
But the offensive line's getting their feet back underneath them and getting that push again, and maybe they're going to go for one of them 90-yard drives this time, Andy.
That's what Coach Cooper would like. They started at 12. They're winding the clock once again. New set of downs from the 24-yard line. Great job by our crew tonight. 2nd night of a doubleheader for them. They'll certainly look forward to one game a week from here on out until playoff time. Looking to pass is O'Connor. That pocket collapses. O'Connor tries to get free, but he is dragged down by big number 60 for Delphos St. John's. That's Chris Pohlman. So 2nd and 10 once again.
Actually, he fell for about a yard. He stretched out there a little bit, so that'll help him out some.
Using that 6'4" frame. Coach Bob Segerson utilizes on the basketball court. Had a great year last year as a freshman. 25-yard line. It's 2nd and 9. Great atmosphere here at Lima Stadium. Can't say it enough. Fumble on the play. Johnson covers it back up. The pitch was not completed, and so Rufus Johnson had to just fall on it, and that brings up 3rd and long for LCC. Once again, want to thank Pat's Donuts and Cream for the fantastic pregame pizza that us here in the press box would certainly enjoy a little more of. Down by the truck, it'll be a nice post-game treat. Pat's Donuts and Cream, new in Delphos. That's a request from our crack statistician, Tommy Gica, who's helping out tonight, and hopefully every night. Love the cheesy bread, the dessert, free pizza, really good spread thanks to Pat's Donuts and Cream, and check out their new location in Delphos. And if they would like to sponsor me individually, I'll take a free meal every day. And I'll say their name every day. Deep
Big
pass.
play.
He
got it.
Catches it.
He caught it.
He keep his feet. He's going.
Oh,
Desi Kirkman captured from behind. Tackled by Justin Backus, and the LCC sideline thundering down the line.
That was just a great focus by a young man who didn't give up on the play. Quarterback makes a great play. Great pass. Look at this. He grabs it, keeps his feet. If he hadn't stumbled that about 4th time, 5th time maybe, he kept his feet. He's gone for a touchdown, but great execution, great focus, great poise by a young man. Great athlete there, Andy. That was a great
Kirkman. We've been entertained by him the last 3 years, and hard to believe he's a senior as Royster gets the carry up near the 15-yard line. Just the 3rd completion of the night for Lima Central Catholic, but it couldn't have been a bigger one.
Great execution.
All the way down to the 19-yard line that pass was. And this run by Royster picks up 3 more.
Nobody giving up on this game at all, are they?
Not at all. And the fans on the edge of their seat, the fans seem nervous.
The flag on the sideline over here. I'm not sure what's going on.
And, of course, Coach Cooper not pleased.
Maybe what the flag is. I'm not sure.
I think LCC's taking some steps backwards, but
I think it's going to be a sideline violation.
Kirkman, one of the captains, was talking it over with the refs. They will bring the ball back to the 29, so think about a 10-yard penalty. 24-yard line.
Just haven't seen the call.
Lima Stadium, home of this game tonight. Big win last night for Lima Senior here. They want to reset the clock, perhaps. Referees are motioning up to the press box here. 7:52. They're going to put 12 seconds back on the clock, so as if the last play didn't happen. 1st and 15 for the Thunderbirds.
I think the fans are getting a little restless here as all this interference here of the referees having to be involved in this game. They're not liking that at all. they're seeing their coach get a little upset. They support Coach Cooper 100%.
That's what you want to see in a community. Fans supporting the coaching staff. So 1st and 15, ball on the 24-yard line. 2 receivers to the top. O'Connor's looking, and that is swatted down by big number 47, Nate Webb. He blocks another one.
Yeah, 2 open receivers. If that ball gets over, that could have been a definite touchdown for either of those receivers. Not sure who he was going to because he was covered up by the defensive player.
So 2nd and 15 now from the 24.
You're talking about the fan base, Andy. You know, nobody follows their teams better probably than these 2 teams, but also the Melita Bulldogs. I'm like you. I was really glad to hear about their win last night. That was just awesome.
Yep.
They're a great program. Fans, great fan base.
Certainly a special night for Elida. Last night, and saw Coach Carpenter at the volleyball game today. He was still loving the praise. That's the Royster. He's trying to get over his own guy.
Tackled by his own man.
It looks like his own man is hurt or else just upset. Probably that.
You
Sure,
hate
that
to see that.
Good,
you hate to see that when you get a lineman in the way of the running back. He had plenty of open field in front of him, nobody behind him.
Take a look at our Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury replay.
Nice setup on the screen. Unfortunately, the guy's going back to make a block, and blocks Royster, makes the tackle.
Of course, Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury in Delphos providing our replays tonight. We thank them for that. They provide our weather during the sports report. Great part of the show, Raby Ford Lincoln Mercury. O'Connor looking to the end zone. It's got a man open. Johnson. He got it. Get in. He does. Touchdown, Rufus Johnson. It's 14-13. T-Birds within 1.
Great play. Coming out of some controversial screen. They keep their poise. The quarterback stays there, rolls out to the left, finds the open man, makes a great pass, great catch. Big play for LCC.
Been impressed with Rufus Johnson tonight. Really does everything for this T-Bird team and catches that pass, makes it into the end zone. As you see the Thunderbird Nation very excited for that. And Tyler O'Connor will try and tie it up for the 3rd time tonight, 0-0. Then he tied it at 7-7 with his extra point in the first half. Going to try and make it 14-14 here. Big extra point. And that is right down the middle. We're tied at 14. 4th quarter action. It's another great game on TV 44. You're not going to bed yet. Stay right here.
The competition is toast, because right now at Arby's, you can get 2 toasted subs for only $5. Choose from the savory French dip and Swiss, the classic Italian, turkey bacon club, or the Philly beef. All made fresh to order with the highest quality ingredients like oven-roasted, freshly sliced meats and melted cheese on crunchy toasted ciabatta bread. When it comes to toasted subs, no one slices it fresh or piles it high like Arby's. And when it comes to sandwich satisfaction, 2 is definitely better than 1. Hurry in. Arby's 2 for $5 toasted subs deal won't last long.
The Community Sports and Therapy Center's rehab team is dedicated to meeting your therapy needs wherever you are. Our rehab professionals are available in local schools, at the work site, in health clubs, nursing and rehabilitation centers, in our outpatient centers in Salina, Coldwater, Fort Recovery, and New Bremen, in Mercer Health's Community Hospital, and we can even be available for care right in your home. Our goal is to provide professional therapy services wherever you are. The Community Sports and Therapy Center, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Tom All, and aren't we all thankful for this wonderful TV 44 ministry? Well, as our world changes, Hyundai can now give you certainty in time of uncertainty. Yes, now buy a new Hyundai and get a price lock on gasoline, just $1.49 a gallon. Get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and the assurance that if you lose your income in the next 12 months, you can return the vehicle with no impact on your credit. And now, new 09 Hyundais are on sale at Tom All's for as low as $99.99. One thing is for certain, at Tom All's, you'll always get a deal so good it'll knock your socks off.
8. Thank you. Welcome back. LCC are kind of excited. That's not surprising. How about long drives for the Thunderbirds? They're 2 touchdown scoring drives, 13 plays for 70 yards and 8 plays for 89 yards. Thanks to Jim Metcalf at Delphos Herald for giving us those numbers. And here we go. Leininger, high step in. There's a flag. He's still on his feet.
Unfortunately, we got a flag on the play. We've got a bad block in the back for Delphos. is going to bring this way back, and I think we got an injured lineman again. He's playing all out, but he may have to go sit out for a while.
It's amazing how he looks completely healthy when he's running, and then end of the play, he feels it. And that is a block in the back by the Blue Jays. Corey Stump was the one that finally brought Leininger down, but it is coming back as Leininger heads back to the sideline. I believe it's Evan Burguy.
That'll be a spot foul. Probably going to be a 1st and 10 at the 39.
Here's your replay on your AB Ford Lincoln Mercury replay.
Again, some big hits there by LCC. Unfortunately, they're hitting the wrong one. And he's just breaking through there.
Oh, great spin off Kirkman.
And I think if he's healthy, he might have broke that all the way. He really would have been upset with the block in the back.
10-yard penalty puts the ball at the Delphos St. John's 38-yard line. We're midway through the 4th quarter. In the backfield for DSJ is Blake Williams replacing Leininger. Ohm gives it to him. Williams up the middle. He takes one hit. He's still on his feet. Williams to the outside. He's got a 1st down. And what a nice job filling in Blake Williams has done, the senior from DSJ.
It's one of those things where the starter goes out, the guy comes in as a backup, and you're not missing anything because he's definitely doing a good job. Good blocking up front.
Seems like every carry for Williams has been a 1st down. St. John's moves the ball across that midfield stripe. Here's your Ray before Lincoln Mercury replay.
And again, he's hit several times, just breaking tackles, sliding around, making good moves. Finally, they wrap him up. They bring him down.
Real good run. 2 receivers to the top for Ohm. He'll fake the handoff and then give it to the fullback.
And he falls for 3 yards.
Mitchell McLennan got as far as he could. Clock certainly a big part of this drive right now. Delphos St. John's obviously wants to use as much as they can without leaving anything.
What's going to happen is the teams that are here scouting these teams are going to be noticing the good special team effort by Delphos St. John's and LCC. They've got some work to do on their special teams coverage.
45-yard line. 2nd and 7 for DSJ. High formation. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Ohm working that clock. Here he goes again. Blake Williams to the outside.
Another 1st down.
Even with Desi Kirkman holding on to the jersey, he picks up 12, 13, 14 yards and a 1st down right there at the 31-yard line.
Defensive coordinator Darryl Jones is getting pretty animated with his defense. He was trying to call somebody over to this side, I think, to probably fill that gap, and they didn't hear him. And, man, he just went right around the end for a big pickup.
Testament to those linemen for DSJ that are doing such a great job. Here's your Ray before Lincoln Mercury replay once again. Good run. 1st and 10 at the 31. Nearing the 5-minute mark in this 4th quarter. All tied up in your Canal Health Mart Pharmacy scoreboard. They give it to the up back. Keeps on going. Mitchell McLennan. Good hard yards. About 4 or 5.
LCC just missing some tackles here, Andy. They got to wrap up at the line of scrimmage. They're making the hit, but they're just not bringing them down. And, of course, as we've seen all night, St. John's not giving up, moving them legs. They keep driving and falling for yardage.
Garrett Burgoon brought him down. A gain of about 3, I guess. Ball to 27. 2nd and 6. 2 receivers to the top once again. It's Nate Webb in the slot. Bergfeld, bottom of your screen. Ohm surveys what LCC's lining up as. He pitched it. Here we go again with Williams. Blake Williams down at the 11.
Another 1st down. He's going to get a nickname after tonight from you, Andy, Mr. 1st down, because he's sure making it.
Yeah, every time he touches it. Take another look right before Lincoln Mercury. Every way Williams can run, he does.
Pohlman's I think the right guard there. Again, just making great blocks, making a big hole. I don't know that I could run through it, but I know you could, Andy.
You're giving me way too much credit, Burgoon, with the tackle there. Under 4 minutes now, ball at the 13-yard line. There's Williams, pushing to the 7, welcoming the contact. This drive just what DSJ ordered. killing clock and moving the ball, and Jerry Cooper's going to.
Again, Jacob Regala gets in there, Andy, but he missed the play, so here we are.
Timeout. LCC will step aside as well, but don't you go anywhere. We have a game-winning score to come. Stay right here.
Come tailgate with us every Saturday at the Granary Gift and Furniture. You'll find all your favorite OSU items and enjoy tailgating snacks and catch the game. Support your school and show your spirit. Shop the Granary for all your superfan needs.
$3:35 left on your Canal Health Mart Pharmacy. We thank the Canal Health Mart Pharmacy for sponsoring tonight's scoreboard. It's our great sponsor. Take a look at your turf. It looks beautiful with those digital cameras. Bringing you a great game tonight, Randy Davis.
I'm just glad to be here. This is a great game. A lot of fun, a lot of fans. And, Andy, we get the almost best seats in the house.
Yeah.
I kind of like the coach's view, though. That's where I like to stand.
Maybe we can get wireless mics next time and just stand on the sideline.
There we go.
Let's see how that goes. Blue Jays, 2nd and 5, 8-yard line. They pitch it to Williams, and he is eaten up close to a first down, but I don't think he got there.
It'll be a little short.
Basically the first time tonight he hasn't had a first down.
That brings up 3rd and 1.
So about 3rd and 1. Clock continues to run as we near the 3-minute mark.
The way they've been driving on this drive, a yard's nothing.
One wide.
LCC can stop them here.
One wide out to the top. That's A.J. Klaus in single-man coverage if they want to try that. I'm guessing they'll run, though. And indeed, it's Williams.
He fell down in the backfield. Tripped up.
Jacob Regali was there to tackle.
Fell all by himself, unfortunately. He's going to be mad at himself on that play.
4th down. Will Rohde get a chance to kick the go-ahead? Big decision for Coach Schulte.
It'll be a timeout.
And they will take a timeout. I mean, actually, it's LCC that's awarded with the timeout. So they're down to 1 timeout. Otherwise, St. John's would have run the clock down a little bit.
Well, you know, he's done such a great job making cuts. You hate to see a kid trip up, but
yeah,
honestly, LCC had the coverage out there. The defense had containment. He went to
All Service Glass Fans of the Week competition starts again next week. These folks want it. LCC Thunderbird Rowdies. Talked to them before the game. Also talked to the good fans of Delphos St. John's. Always enjoy going to both these schools. There's some Elida guys reveling in last night's win over Liberty Benton. This game is completely on the line. Is Wes Ulm walking back out? I got the feeling they're going to go for it. 4th and 6, ball on the 9.
Unfortunately, not only did he trip.
There's the kicker, Josh Rohde. His brother Jordan, kicker on the 2 state championship teams in 05 and last year. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. Kick by Rohde is right down the middle.
No good. It went to the right, Andy.
I can't see.
It was right off the right side. LCC, what a stop for them. He missed it.
He missed that kick.
So man, the LCC crowd, they stepped it up, man. It was noisy in here, Andy.
I'm not used to being up here.
I couldn't even hear you. You were talking, but the crowd was so loud.
And
what
LCC
a great play.
Will take over
for LCC.
20-yard line.
That's why a lot of schools don't kick field goals. You don't do it enough when you're a good team like St. John's. The kid doesn't get a lot of practice. First game of the year. Just never know what's going to happen.
So 2:47 here in this fourth quarter. LCC will try and drive it down into scoring range. They've had 2 long drives. They'll need an 80-yard drive here to get it in the end zone. They start up the middle and
got a flag on the other side.
ESJ only allows about 2 yards, but we'll see where that flag's coming from. It's Taylor Royster at the carry.
Where it's at, looks like we got a false start or
movement on LCC. So they'll try again, 1st and 15 now from the 15.
That brings up 1st and 15, Thunderbird.
What a ball game.
Are we going to overtime?
I wouldn't mind it.
We might be here a while tonight. That crew thinks last night was long. We may be here longer tonight.
Coach
they may have all that pizza eaten by the time we get downstairs.
But hey, Pat's Donuts and Cream's open 24 hours.
There we go.
Stop by on the way home. Ball at the 15-yard line. Clock moving, 2.5 minutes. Taylor Oyster in the backfield for LCC. 2 wide to the bottom of your screen. Man in motion. Give it to Royster. I tell you, he picks up about 4 or 5.
It's like he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Seems like they're in no hurry here. Blue Jays have 1 timeout left. LCC has spent all of theirs, according to the scoreboard.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds.
So 2nd and 10, we're under 2 minutes.
Looks like they changed up, added another receiver here. Maybe they're going to go for getting this ball on down.
It's a tough situation. You want to move it a little bit, but you don't want to stop the clock and give St. John's good field position and time.
Big 2nd down.
O'Connor puts Bubba Krieg in motion. And there's going to be another flag. Ball start once again on LCC. This could be an interesting ending to this ball game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be either way. Next week we go to Bath. WBL opener, Wapakoneta trying to hand the Wildcats their first loss of the year. Tailgate party starts at 5. Game will be rebroadcast at 11:15 as LCC now facing 2nd down and 15 once again.
One thing worse than 5 turnovers in a game is making those crazy mistakes that just shouldn't happen in a ball game, especially this late in the game.
Clock continues to roll. 2nd and 15. We'll see if St. John's uses a timeout after this play if LCC doesn't get the first down. I would imagine they would. O'Connor's facing pressure. He gets rid of it. Intercepted.
Oh, man.
And taking it into the end zone is Justin Backus.
The flag on the play. I think we got a block. I think they're going to call that back. They're still going to get the ball.
What an interception, nonetheless, by Backus.
Well, he was definitely rushed. The defense got to him. He was having to move around, throw on the run. Not a great way to do that. And just nice read by the defense. But I believe we got a clip on the return. They're going to bring it back.
Block in the back. Yep. So this isn't.
And it was a block in the back. I don't know if we have the replay, but he definitely got him on that.
Let's look at our Ray before we look at Mercury replay. There's the pick by Backus. Beautiful.
You're going to see the block in the back maybe right up here.
That might have been it. Yep.
Yeah, he hit 72 in the back.
So we'll see where they spot the ball. Ref looks to be walking it to the 17-yard line. First down for the Blue Jays. They have 1 timeout.
Is that our first turnover of the night?
I believe you're right. First turnover. Been a clean game.
I shouldn't have brought that up a while ago about the turnovers. We'll see what happens. We'll see what LCC's defense can do. Backed up in the red zone.
Blue Jays have time to certainly run the football.
There ain't nobody sitting down now, Andy. Everybody, well, maybe some of the older LCC fans are still resting.
They're hoping for overtime. That's when they're going to spend their energy. 1st and 10. Ball at the 17. I formation. In the backfield is Blake Williams. For Delphos St. John's fullbacks McLennan. They give it to Williams. He's across the 15. He's across the 5. Touchdown, Blake Williams.
No flags on the play.
17-yard touchdown. No flag on the play. Delphos St. John's takes the 2014 lead. What a game for Williams.
Man, that kid can run the ball. He looked for the hole, made one move, and I don't think anybody touched him.
St. John's takes the lead for the third time tonight. 56 seconds on the clock. Thunderbirds will get the ball with 0 timeouts remaining. Extra point by Rhodey. I'm gonna wait. Referee says it's good. 21-14 St. John's. I bet Rhodey's the first one over to Williams to say, nice job. We're gonna take a timeout. When we come back, LCC tries to make it a final drive for a score. Stay right here.
At Anytime Fitness, it's all about the basics. Our spacious gym is clean and bright and features a secure environment complete with modern, cutting-edge equipment that is safe and easy to use. Come talk to our low-pressure sales staff today and experience the difference that others in the area already have.
The staff is so friendly. Everyone's willing to help you explain. There's no pressure with signing up. Definitely has boosted my self-esteem a bit. Since I have been coming, I feel better both mentally and physically, and I do see a lot of good results.
Come see where your friends are working out. Anytime Fitness, Lima.
Why should you open a Y checking account at Superior?
Because I got a free gift just for signing up through MySpace. Because the debit card makes my after-school shopping trips so much easier.
Because you get your high school's mascot on every check. Because it teaches me all about managing my finances before I leave home for college.
Because I can check my account through my phone. How cool.
Raise your hand if you know the first ever checking account designed for teens by teens.
Y checking. Only available at Superior.
Welcome back. Guess who's excited? The Delphos St. John's Crazies and our buddy Buford. 21-14. Blue Jays taking the lead on a 17-yard Blake Williams touchdown. The backup running back filling in for Jordan Leininger, getting a first down on pretty much every carry and getting the go-ahead touchdown with 56 ticks left. DSJ kicking off. It'll be Kirkman to field it right around the 12. He needs a seam to break this thing. And he is down right around the 37-yard line, so they'll have to go 63 yards in 49 seconds with 0 timeouts.
Nice return there, but they needed a bigger play on that one, but they've been moving the ball. Can they do it quickly?
Excellent kick return coverage by the Blue Jays all night long. They haven't let either Johnson or Kirkman out in the flat.
Yeah, they're definitely special teams coaches doing his job.
So they place the ball at the 36-yard line. T-Birds had some good passes last drive. See if they can come up with a few here. O'Connor puts a man in motion. That's Johnson. Looks to his right, now back to his left. Across the middle, intercepted. Ty Bergfeld. And he's just going to hit the turf. Tyler Bergfeld has done a great job on special teams with the returns, and a big interception there is Delphos St. John's will try and win back-to-back seasons against LCC.
Tyler O'Connor's going to be heartbroken after that play, but again, he was rushed just a little bit, throwing on the move. They had obviously everybody playing back. You got a lot of extra defensive backs. It's a lot easier to make that pick, Andy, when you got that many defensive backs back there.
A lot of heroes tonight for this DSJ team. Blake Williams scoring the go-ahead touchdown, and I'd give Tyler Bergfeld kudos as well for really giving good field position for this Blue Jay team. And all they have to do now is kneel it as fans start to hit the exit. Let's take a look at our Taco Bell play of the game. It was not the past interception, but this one right here by Mr. Justin Backus. He took it to the house. It was penalized, but then Blake Williams scampered in 17 yards for the go-ahead touchdown. But our Taco Bell play of the game, Justin Backus getting the interception. Did they call a penalty there on St. John's?
They did. They, you're going for a kneel down and somebody moved early. That's a tough penalty. But they are restarting the clock.
They'll
so
start the clock
I guess
anyway,
it works either way.
Doesn't matter, but what a start for Delphos St. John's. Tough rivalry matchup. They're going to get the win. Going to start 1-0 again this year as they try and defend that Division VI state title. Coming up, we will have our Seal Shot and Walsh post-game report. So you want to stay tuned for that as the clock runs down. The Blue Jay faithful stand, and Delphos St. John's does it again. Back-to-back victories over Lima Central Catholic. Final score in this one, 21-14. We will be back right after this with your Seal Shot and Walsh post-game report as the two teams shake hands. We've had a great opening weekend, and we're not done yet, so stay right there. 21-14, St. John's takes it. We're back in moments with the post-game show.
to Anderson.
Come home to Lima Lumber, 1101 Delphos Avenue, Lima.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hi, I'm Phil Ferris.
And I'm Robin Ferris. You know us as P&R Medical Connection, but we are also P&R Home IV Service.
In 1985, we were one of the first to provide home IV therapies in Northwest Ohio.
And today we still lead the way in home infusion.
If you or one of your loved ones is battling a condition that requires IV treatment at home, ask for the most experienced, the most trusted name in the business.
Ask for P&R Home IV Service because there is no place like home.
Welcome back to Lima Stadium to the Seal Shot and Walsh post-game report. Seal Shot and Walsh making smart decisions with your money for over 30 years. Andy Lynch alongside Randy Davis. Delphos St. John starts the season with a win over LCC for the second straight year, winning 21-14. What a ball game we saw tonight.
That was a great ball game, Andy. What a great place to be on Saturday night in Lima, Ohio, watching these two teams play. Nobody quit. Everybody gave it all they had, played the whole game. A couple of mistakes at the end there by LCC, but, you know, it's just, that's football.
Really closely fought. Great job by Delphos St. John's to capitalize on those turnovers. Back is the big interception that set up the touchdown.
Absolutely, and then they, of course, run it right in off the backup running back. And when you got a running back like that that's your backup, you're going to have a great year.
We just talked to him after the game. He was excited for obvious reasons. Big win for Delphos St. John's. What impressed you most about this rivalry game tonight?
I think it was just the sportsmanship of both teams, the way they just played hard, a lot of extra, you know, playing after the plays, but they weren't being mean. It wasn't being mean-spirited. It was just serious competition, a lot of intensity.
Good old-fashioned rivalry. We enjoyed it tonight. Next week, we will be at Bath High School to open up Western Buckeye League play with Wapakoneta in town. But now, I think we're done for the weekend. A couple great doubleheaders games. We're going to take a break. We'll see you back Tuesday on the Sports Report. For Randy Davis, for the rest of the crew, we thank you for watching the Seal Shot and Walsh post-game report. Seal Shot and Walsh making smart decisions with your money for more than 30 years. Final score from Lima Stadium. Delphos St. John's wins 21-14. Good night, everybody.
Let the songs of the Lord rise among us. Let the joy of the King rise among us. Let it rise.
Serving the Lima area, this is WTLW TV.
But Christian leaders, the volume of mail Dave receives attests to the fact that the truth, uncompromisingly taught, is making a real impact on many hearts and lives.
Okay. Similarly, J.R. is also a well-known author in the Christian community, and his qualifications are also listed on the back of his book.
Masters of Theology, Doctor of Theology, a director of a Christian apologetics organization, and is an elder at a Reformed Baptist church. He is also adjunct professor with the Golden Gate Baptist Theological Seminary. He is a critical consultant for the Lockman Foundation on the New American Standard Bible Update.
So, the point is, both men are professing evangelical Christians, and both men claim to have experience and credentials. And both men have relatively large followings that cross over into each other's denominations, which means that they're current and very public debate over the doctrines pertaining to salvation, God's sovereignty, and human responsibility are really highly representative of the frequently claimed scenario where two good men disagree on important biblical doctrines. And their public debate is merely a microcosm of the bigger debate that is being argued by literally millions of Christians in the congregations, including the laymen and the pastors alike. And in their recent and very public debate over these issues, Dave wrote the following about JR's book on the subject.
Regarding your book that defends what you call the biblical doctrine of Calvinism, indeed, all of your erudition and careful exegesis using the original language and grammatical rules is calculated to prove one thing, that God, who is love, does not love everyone, does not want everyone in heaven, has predestined to eternal suffering the unsaved who clearly number in the billions, and even takes pleasure in damning them. I do not believe that is the God of the Bible. And that is the major difference between our two positions. That is a terrible attack upon the gospel, rendering powerless what Paul declares is the power of God unto salvation.
By contrast, JR, in a public open letter to Dave on the internet, made these allegations.
I find it highly ironic that you would say that the Reformed belief is denying the power of the gospel. You are the one who says that the gospel must be joined to the autonomous act of human faith for it to come to fruition. You are the one who insists that grace must be capable of failure to be true grace. You are the one who denies to God the freedom to love as we love and insists that He must fail in His efforts to save every single person to be truly worthy of your worship. How your works plus grace system of salvation somehow makes the gospel more powerful than the Reformed proclamation of a perfect Savior who saves without fail, I cannot begin to imagine.
Now, here's the conclusions that I think we can safely draw from the quotes of both men and from their credentials. Point number one, this particular topic, like many doctrinal debates, is obviously an emotionally charged subject. People, and I mean a lot of people, get very passionate over this subject. Therefore, point number two, for that reason alone, this is a doctrinal debate that can't just simply be ignored and set aside by trying to take the middle ground. People need resolution on this issue, not simply evasiveness. Point number three, the biblical doctrines that are being called into question, despite what those who try and stay out of the debate claim, are hardly side issues or non-essentials. Those issues both men are raising cut to the very core of Christian theology. Point number four, this is obviously a subject that can't be resolved in a one-hour program, which is why, by the way, I'm not interested in personally trying to jump into the fray in an effort to fully resolve the Calvinism-Arminianism debate in this particular program. And number five, and this is really the key reason why we're addressing this issue, it can be a very common thing for the average Christian to be confronted with the rather confusing and oftentimes disturbing reality that mainstream Christianity is very often split right down the middle in very different biblical teachings. I mean, here you have two widely respected men who are vehemently holding to two diametrically opposed positions. And as I stated earlier, their debate is just a more public version of the same debate that rages on across the entire church from denomination to denomination. And that debate is even occurring within denominations on these very same issues that are not insignificant. Because again, they cut to the very core of fundamental, orthodox Christian doctrines like salvation and sanctification and evangelization. So, if you're the average Christian sitting in the pews watching such large portions of the body of Christ struggle over these issues, it can be a real source of confusion. Who's right? Who's wrong? Should we even care? If scholars can't agree, is there any hope for the rest of us? And anyway, how is the average person supposed to absorb the thousands and thousands of pages written on these subjects in order to come to a right and proper conclusion of what the Bible actually teaches so that we can apply it to our own lives. And by the way, that's a key point, because the sheer volume of information out there only serves to make matters more confusing. There is so much information out there on this subject that it almost causes more confusion than resolution. For example, I've watched the debate between just these two men escalate over the last several years. And as it did, I followed closely their exchanges. And to date, at least according to my research staff's calculations, there have been some 2,500 pages written trying to resolve their disputes. And having read most of that material myself, I think it's fair to say many Christians would have trouble following the debate, or at least sticking with it all the way through to its resolution, much less trying to resolve it themselves, which leaves the church with this very dangerous situation. Many, many Christians are getting the horrible impression that it is impossible to resolve doctrinal matters like these, that no matter how hard we try, even the scholars disagree. So a lot of Christians are walking away with a bad taste in their mouth about diligent Bible study. As plainly as I can state it, that is precisely what Satan had in mind. Because as we've stated over and over again in this series, if Satan can't convince people that they shouldn't be using the Bible as the rule book of life and the sole authoritative determiner of truth, well, then his next best strategy is to convince them to misinterpret that information. And he's winning today on that second front, because people see these public debates and the volumes and volumes of information involved, and they get very frustrated. So here's what happens. They become tempted to set aside diligent workmanlike Bible study and interpretation in favor of some shortcut that always comes down in the end to subjective personal opinion, even though legitimate Bible study and interpretation is vitally necessary to keep each of us individually and the church collectively in the center of the truth. And I want to be clear here. I'm not saying that such debates shouldn't occur. If bad information is out there, it has to be challenged. The shepherds who are gifted in teaching are required to challenge error.
For there are many rebellious people, mere talkers and deceivers. They must be silenced, because they are ruining whole households by teaching things they ought not to teach.
But all I'm saying is the average Christian in the pew needs to learn what to do with these kinds of debates. Because the new trend is to just ignore the doctrinal differences and pretend that people aren't being taught dangerous errors that will eventually destroy their faith. Or to get swept up in doctrinal debates in a way that's ungodly and destructive. And I want you to think about what I'm saying, because we only have a few options here. When confronted with a legitimate, plausible challenge to biblical truth on important matters of doctrine, we can A, just ignore or minimize the problem, B, settle on some compromise middle ground position that is vague enough to please everyone, but not specific enough to assure that anyone rightly understands the genuine biblical truth that is necessary to rightly transform their souls. Or C, we could try and determine conclusively who's right, so that our own understanding of God and Scripture isn't skewed. As far as I'm concerned, there really is no choice there. The only plausible, acceptable scenario is C, to seek to determine the truth. And in the case we're considering, we have a significant number of very important doctrines where very large numbers of Christians are disagreeing over key issues. I mean, if Dave is right, and JR and all who believe like him really are making the gospel narrower than it is, and if they really are teaching people to believe in a God that is not in the Bible and who is instead an unloving tyrant who gleefully sends people to hell, well, I hope you'd agree that's significant. Likewise, if JR is correct and Dave is preaching a false, superficial, half gospel that teaches people that men can in fact save themselves, a half gospel that would likewise keep millions of people from coming to Christ, well, then that's no small matter either. So do you see the dilemma here? We can't just ignore issues like these in the church and pretend that we're all getting along. If we just label it as a debate between Calvinists and Arminianists, well, then I suppose it sounds like a meaningless, divisive waste of time. But when we break down the issues and we see where the real areas of disagreement really are, it's not hard to realize that there are serious differences in key areas of evangelization, salvation, and sanctification doctrines, which means people's souls are at stake. And the truth of the gospel, which is the power of God unto salvation, is at stake. So what I'd like to do is to try and help you cut through the clutter and confusion here and teach you how to resolve these kinds of matters. Because this particular series on hermeneutics is not so much designed to tell you the answers as it is about teaching you how to get the answers for yourself. When it comes to the classic Calvinism-Arminianism debate, or many others like it, I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't 500 or 600 different, smaller, individual subpoints to be disputed and worked through. And that's one reason why there's so much confusion and debate over the issue of Calvinism and Arminianism, because that bigger overall debate encompasses many other smaller debates, so it can be very confusing and complicated at times. But by making the decision to get very specific, by narrowing down our focus just to one or two of those issues at a time, we would find that it's much easier to get down to the truth on such confusing subjects. And so that is the first key point I want to make when it comes to unraveling doctrinal debates. If you want to be successful at it, take one vital point at a time and try to find some sort of closure on it. For example, in the Calvinism-Arminianism debate, one of the key issues in that debate centers around whether or not man has a free will or not. And if he does have a free will, exactly how free is it? In other words, does natural, unregenerate man have a will free enough from the bondage of sin to be able to choose to trust in and follow Christ with the help of so-called common grace? Or is he such a slave to sin that it requires a special, discriminating, powerful, effectual, distinguishing intervention from God to save his elect? And that's an example of the kinds of issues that face Christians on that subject. But even within that issue, there are dozens of sub-issues and countless Bible verses and passages that are often used by both sides to either accurately support the truth or that can even be misinterpreted and misused to simply cloud and confuse the overall issue by the party that's in error, which can make the whole issue to any uninvolved onlooker appear to be extremely confusing and contradictory. In fact, if you think the average person can read through all of the material that is relevant and germane to both sides of this Calvinism-Arminianism debate, even just as it's been presented by Dave and JR, and that the average person would be able to carry all of the pertinent facts in their minds, comparing and contrasting each one as they go, all the while cumulatively building an accurate assessment of every detail until they're able to successfully come to a nice, certain conclusion, well, you're being pretty unrealistic, to say the least. I think we all realize that what really happens in most of these cases is that people read one side of the argument, which may very well consist of 100 or more individual subpoints, and that side of the argument, at least on first pass, sounds good to them, even though they perhaps only superficially understood less than half of it. And then they see the other side come out with another 100 subpoints to counter that first volley of arguments. And there are some good-sounding arguments there as well. And this goes back and forth until the whole debate just becomes too big and unwieldy and overwhelming. And then most people just eventually disengage from the whole process, never really learning the answer at all. So be honest. That's what really happens most of the time, isn't it? And what's sad about all of that is this. That's how cults work. That's how they confuse an issue. They just throw so much junk out there all at once that most people who try and debate them just end up chasing their tails. And you really need to be aware of that as you try and sift through various teachings in the modern church. Because that strategy of throwing out a lot of meaningless information that has to be waded through before it can be dismissed is a cult tactic. When a Jehovah's Witness or a Mormon or any cult member debates theology, one of their favorite strategies is to hopscotch from one subject to the next and just inundate you with superficial information and errors on a lot of subjects all at once. So just about the time that you've got them pinned down on, for example, their error in John 1:1, where they claim Jesus is not the God, but a God, the next thing you know, they're over in the book of Ecclesiastes, arguing whether there's an eternal hell or not. And when you start to make some progress there, well, then they jump over to the book of Revelation in order to show you how heaven is supposedly only for the 144,000 people, and the rest of the good people will live in paradise on earth. And that constant hopscotching makes it difficult to address any one problem in their theology effectively or thoroughly. But this is exactly